for France now! Thomas! Right at the end!
And it's Tony Adams put through by Steve Ball. Would you believe it? Water! Patrick Vieira is in for Arsenal and sweeps it home. It's Bergkamp. That's magnificent. He stripped it away from Carr. Henry!
It's time to go!
Evening all, hope you're all well, hope you're good. It's been a while, it's been an absolute while. Look, it's this is quite an arse string to do, if I'm honest with you. As you know, obviously, you know, we've got a very intelligent chat room. I say this all the time. Big respect to you guys, you know. I never ever get nervous before a stream. And the one time where it was approaching us doing the stream and I really didn't want to do it for obvious reasons was the first one we done when Claude passed away, rest in peace. And this one, I've got a similar feeling with this one. Dreading doing it, if I'm honest with you, but it's got to be done. And we all know why, unless you've been sleeping under a rock for the last couple of days. We lost a really good friend. Big up to Chig, rest in peace to Chig. Gunnar Eagle Eye, the Combat Show, Chig Flicks, good friend of ours, top guy. Listen, I'm not even going to discuss Arsenal for the next half an hour or whatever it is, because I want to do a tribute to this guy. He was a lovely bloke, and I think everyone, all you guys who watch us, you know, week in, week out, you would have seen, you know, Chig, you know, he would have come on, he'd be in the chat, and he'd want to jump on, and obviously, and rightly so and all. I loved him. I thought he was a absolute top bloke, and you know what, for all the guys who have seen the tweet that I put out when I found out, you know, we all know this, you know, listen, none of you guys are dickheads. Terry and I, we've never treated you guys as idiots. You know, we've always shown you the utmost respect because you show us the utmost respect. It's a two-way street. And, you know, the one thing I want to say is on the tweet that I put, and you know, I made a point of saying that, look, you know, we call out the fakes. There's many fakes on here. There's many fakes in this, in the YouTube circuit. There's a lot of snakes, a lot of arseholes, a lot of scumbags, a lot of wrong-uns. We know this. We know they are. But amongst all of that, you do actually have your top blokes. You do actually have your real nice blokes, nice people, you know, proper people. You know, where I'm from in East London, that's what we call them. We call them proper people, proper. And Chig was a proper bloke, you know, proper bloke. And do you know what? Prior to doing this stream, in my head, I'm thinking, how do I approach it? Because you guys know me, you know, I always speak. I speak as I find. I don't gloss over anything. Probably one of the reasons why most people won't come on this channel. But it is what it is, you know. And then, you know, and there's a part of me that thinks, well, whether you like me or not, you guys in the chat, whether you like me or not, the one thing you cannot say that I do is I blag, or I always speak truth. I do, you know, and some people don't like it, and some people can't handle it, and some people, you know, they get uncomfortable with it and they feel awkward with it. But at the end of the day, whether it's football, Arsenal, life, whatever, speak truth, because people see through fake. I've never, ever been fake on it. I've never ever done anything like that. I speak as I find. And Chig was one of those same people, which is why we got on, so well. The amount of times he come on, and listen, I'm going to say this now. We've got Lee Gunner, LG, as I call him. Lee will be on shortly as well to say a few words, and I think Lee's doing his stream at 8 o'clock as well. And I think Terence and I were going to jump on that for a little bit and speak about Chig, a few nice words. That's what we're going to do. Terence shall be on very shortly, just getting home from work. But I'm in shock, guys. If I'm honest with you, I'm in shock. I found out. I rang Lee. I just couldn't believe what I was hearing. First of all, it's the age. No age. 35, 36. It's just no age. And do you know what? To have lost Claude, and then barely 6 months later, you lose Chig. And do you know what? You're upset and you get emotional, but there's a part of me where I'm angry as well, because the amount of wrong-uns and scumbags out there, and yet it's the good ones who go. The good ones. Claude, Gooden, and his demons. Big up to Lily Kell in the chat as well, his daughter. Yeah, we all know that. He had his demons. But you know one thing you say about Claude? He was harmless. He would have done anything for anyone. Yeah, and still to this day, people the fakes who made out they were there for him, they weren't really there. And I will do a show one day, whether it's on here or on another platform, where I would just call these guys out and I would just spit. I've got all the proof. I'm not going to swear, but that day will come, because I'm sorry, I can't. I can't get over it. I'm one of them. I just can't. I do hold grudges, unfortunately. But you know what? Chig as well. You guys, you know, the amount of times, we'd see Chig on here, and obviously we'd end the stream and then we'd talk for about half an hour, 45 minutes after the stream had ended. And you know what? What a lovely bloke. I had so much time for Chig, guys. Honestly, so much time. He was harmless, would not hurt a fly. You get some channels... You get some channels who maybe aren't growing as quick as what they want to. So what a lot of people do now, it's one thing I've learned in this YouTube world, this fake world, is that when you're not growing, and you want traction, sometimes the quickest way to do that is to start trying to cause an argument with another channel or someone else. And obviously that way you get spoken about, as they say, controversy sells. And a lot of people in this game do that in order to gain traction. And yet I look at someone like Chig. I've been watching Chig from before I've been doing this. I've been watching Chig from day one. And I'll tell you something, I've got to say this, yeah. I've never, ever, ever watched a stream and heard Chig badmouth anyone or speak ill of it. I haven't. All he wanted to do was talk football, talk Arsenal. And you know what? Good guy, top guy. He's hit me. I didn't know Chig I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys. I didn't know him very, very well, but I knew him enough to be hurt right now. I'm going to bring in Kenny Ken as well. Big up to Kenny. Kenny's here.
Yeah, I see my things. It's just like it's very, very bad. A very bad day, I think. I think if you look at the Arsenal community, the boxing community, we've had a bad year. But you think nothing's going to shock you. But this is really shocking at all levels. When there's someone dies, someone you know very well, it's a shock. But when someone's 35, 36, this is an absolute shock, especially the circumstances that has happened, and especially when you've been talking to the guy on a regular basis, and you've been doing content with the guy, and he's so young. He's got so much. He had so much to offer. He's got a body of work, and if you talk about watch-alongs, he actually, out of all of the group, he was the first person to do the watch-alongs.
Yeah.
And he did them with Lee Gunner. It was on his channel originally. He did the watch-alongs. I first met Chig about 6 years ago. We all like I said, got our bachelors and on through the Gooner Talk when Craig Scott was doing it. Obviously, when Tam Canton was doing it as well. Well, that's how you get to know each other. I've grew very close to Ola and obviously Chig as well because both of them are Nigerians. And I've been on Chig's combat show because we both boxing fans. Although I always called MMA play fighting just for a joke to wind him up. And we used to always have that thing whenever we're in a podcast, especially us, because I used to always ask Chig, Chig, you still love boxing? He says, I love it now, but we used to have a little joke when fights get called off, Tyson Fury, AJ gets called off, and it's things like that. I'm just I saw a bit of Lee Gunner's show, and it's really hit him hard because
I watched that.
Chig has been a little brother to him, but he's actually been. He's the sort of person who can rein Lee and said, "No, Lee, don't do that. Don't put yourself out there."
Oh
don't do that. And
he's
been a guiding tour, and he'll say, "Lee, no, this is wrong. You're going too far. No, don't ruin things." And I think Lee's having it hard because you just when we thought you can get Claude, we lose Claude. That happens. We've always lost Heavy D, and then obviously from a personal level, obviously there's one I'm not going to go into, but someone who gave me my chance in the boxing community died this Friday. It'll be 2 weeks since he died.
Pro Bees.
Pro Bees. He's a great influence, great, young, few years older than Tig, only 41 when he passed away, and now Tig 36. And, these are young men with their lives ahead of them. So much to give. Pro Bees had 2 twin daughters. He's got a body of work. Chig, just about to start his life. He's got a great job. HR manager. Had a body of work about and this happens to him. He was independent. He just, thinks, right, what am I, he was mapping out what he wanted to do. And in the next chapter, I think, he was, I'm sure if the YouTube thing kicked on, like the boxing or the football, he had the option to, whether he wants to work alongside his job or, take the big risks in doing this full time. But that's just been taken away from him. And that's the cruelest thing. Is everything has been ripped away from him as a person. And that's a big call. We're all Christians. We all ask ourselves that question. Why him? Why Claude? Why Heavy D? Why Pro Bees? Why them? We know death comes to us, but why them? They haven't harmed anybody. Why's God decided them? 36-year-old man, a 36-year-old man. Why him?
Yeah.
Why him when he's got his whole life for him? Why Pro Bees left 2 daughters? Why Claude? Just when he was coming away from them, he's upset. He had we got crowds at football. Got crowds. He got 2 massive tickets, and this happens to him. Why?
Do you know
That's
what?
The question we always have to ask ourselves: why? Because it's coming to be a regularity where you're just having to do these things, and you have to do them because these guys had to be celebrated. But the Chig one is it's so unexpected. Obviously the circumstances. You kind of look at the circumstances and you try to look for signs. But in terms of like the signs, there isn't any. There's no reason whatsoever for them to take Chig away like this. No reason. And I just feel for his sisters, his mum and dad. They don't. You know what I mean? This is like Nottingham for 6. And Lee and Ola. I even forgot to mention Ola because Ola's another good friend of the show as well. Very close to Claude as well.
I was just going to come on to him, but yeah.
And he done a combat show. I've known Ola was previously on a Burkamp Wonderland. I know Ola very well through, Schooner Talk. He did some same old Arsenal. Extremely close to Chig just as much as Lee, and he's suffering as well. He doesn't. He's not so six. He doesn't know. He can't. He's struggling to put one foot in front of the other as well. And you know what I mean. And this is like both of those guys have got a body of work. But he's his partner. He's fair Nigerian. Ola's Yoruba, Chig's Igbo like me, and then you've got Lee as well. And the Arsenal community have been fantastic. I ask anyone if you haven't seen Chig's GoFundMe page, please go on it. Please donate. Let's give allow his family to give Chig the send off that he deserves. Remember, it's not something they want to do, but it's something that they've been forced to do. But remember, I've got a lot of faith in Arsenal fans. One thing that I loved about you guys in the Arsenal community is what you did for Claude and how you all got together. What the Arsenal and the boxing community are doing for Pro Bs and what you did for every day. And I know you've shown me today within not even 24 hours that my faith in all of you guys has been proven to be right. A lot of people say a lot of bad things about people on YouTube and there's a lot of infighting, but today they done the football club proud. Arsenal Football Club, and the reputation of the club is very proud now. And it's times like this, that we're in a good place with our fans.
Yeah, it's also times like this where you find out who the real ones are, isn't it?
Well, the thing is, there are a few Waziks out there, and who think it's extremely funny. And I think, people, may feel bad about the whole situation, but at the end of the day, you can't turn the clock back. And it's not really about you feeling bad and I feel bad about how I treat them. No, it's not about you. It's about celebrating this young man's life and giving the respect he deserves, and he deserves a lot of respect.
David, that is comment of the night so far, my friend. That's all I'll say to you. But yeah, do you know what, right? It's when you say, because this is what I was going to touch on as well. I've been watching Chig for since way before I've been doing this, because I want to give a shout out to two guys as well. I was watching Chig back in the day when he used to have Stel on.
Yeah, Stelios.
And I like Stel. I like Stel.
Stel. Stelios, the Man United fan. I know Stel.
I like him. Yeah.
And, I actually found out through the grapevine that Chig used to go to the same school as Turkish. So, he'll be feeling it. But yeah, Stelios is. There was a story because me and both my mum and his mother-in-law were having NEOPS about 3 or 4 years ago, and I was coming out of the room and I looked at her and went, Stelios? He went, I know you from so. I said, yeah, I'm Kenny. We started chatting. So what are you here for? Oh, my mum's having a knee replacement. So what are you for? My mother-in-law's having a knee replacement. We just, gave us a bit of embrace and had a chat because he used to do stuff with Lee Gunner as well, with Roger Giggs. So yeah, so Stelios would be reflecting as well like this.
Yeah, I was going. Yeah, and that's what I'm going back then. Still and also Robbie Richmond. The big up to those two, because I'll tell you something. Those two are worth a mention as well, because them two had a lot of time for Chig and vice versa as well. And going back to your comment about body of work, anyone who watches us and you guys in the stream, I always used to bang on about Chig flicks. It weren't just Gooner Eagle Eye. Chig had 3 streams, 3 channels, Combat Show, which I know you've been on, Ken, on a few occasions. Chig flicks, who obviously, like me, he was a massive, movie fan, spoke about music and that. And you know what? I always said this to him and to you guys in the chat. It's criminal, in my opinion, that he had the amount of subs that he had. He should have had a lot more, because
definitely. I
think balance, isn't he? He speaks
it's definitely
so much.
Balance. Here's us banging the table, boom, 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 and he was like a solicitor, who would calmly pick the bones of an argument and pick the bones of your story, and that's one thing you loved about Chig, and he did it in a very calm way. It was softly spoken, you know,
didn't have to run and rave.
Yeah, there's no need for that.
But yeah, do you know what I mean? But yeah,
he was very much. He was a sculptor. He sculpted his words very carefully. Especially when we were on the League Gunner channel, he was a sculptor. But you know, Lily's mentioned as well. You know, it's getting 13 days time that it's going to be Claude's birthday.
Yeah,
that's going to be hard. That's the day after the Crystal Palace game. And we always made a fuss of Claude when it was his birthday, so that's memories as well. But it's one of those things. We are here. We want to talk about the debacle and hi guys, debacle with Brighton, because I want to stay on for about a good 10 minutes afterwards. But I also wanted to. I heard that you're going to do a bit about Chig, and I just wanted to, because I knew that Chig is well known from afar, and not just saying it because Chig's been taken away. You could tell the people who I didn't even know worked with Chig knew him. Harry Simeon, I had no idea that that there was a kind of connection there in terms of doing shows. So. It just shows you the YouTube community is very, very small, and everyone kind of knows each other or heard each other, and everyone would like to work with each other. Obviously there's beef, but the people who dislike each other on YouTube are probably friends with someone else. So it's one of those things. And speaking, there's Lee.
Yeah, the troublemakers.
Lee, how are you, mate? It's a silly question, but how are you? How are you keeping?
Mate, I feel numb. Real talk. Like, we went through this 6 months ago, and 6 months later, nearly to the day, man. It's like, it's mad. And I was just listening to you guys as well. You were spot on, Kenny, about the community, man. Like, not even just Arsenal fans. Like, I said this on the video I dropped earlier. Like, Aldershot fans, Braga fans, like Glasgow Rangers, Crystal Palace, like Derby County, all these fans, man, from everywhere. Like, Tottenham fans, Chelsea fans, United, Liverpool, everyone, man. And that's the thing, like, you don't realise how much of a reach you have. Yeah, and bear in mind, my channel is a tiny dot in YouTube, yeah, compared to some of these other channels. I mean, PewDiePie probably gets more subs in an hour than I've got total, do you know what I mean? So I'm just a tiny little speck. For the reach and the outcry of condolences and, like well wishes and like the GoFundMe page, I can't believe how much that got so quickly, man. It's mad. That is genuinely unbelievable, man. Yeah, and thank you to everyone who has put into that. And even if you haven't put into it, if you've shared it, then that's made a massive impact as well. Because I understand, especially going through the last 18 months or 2 years of COVID and stuff like that, a lot of people have been broken by that. Do you know what I mean? So for that to have even got that amount in there, it's nearly on $4,000, man. Like, fair play. And everyone who shared it, everyone who's commented, on not just my posts but yours as well, you guys, and everyone else who's put it out. Everyone, I've seen people made videos online on YouTube about it. Like, so yeah, big up to all of them. Everyone who's who I don't particularly get on with, pretty much all of them have put their thoughts out as well. So respect to all of them as well. Yeah, and it's sad, man. It's proper sad. And we were the first two to start doing every Arsenal game on a watch along. Like,
well, I mentioned that.
It's mad. I've lost my partner, man. I've lost my partner, and like, it was funny because I was listening to what you said about he was so well, like, he sculpted his arguments and you can tell he worked in HR, bruv.
Do you know what I mean? You can tell he was with you. It was like good cop, bad cop, wasn't it? But
yeah, and it was funny because when we lost to Olympiacos, I was the good cop, and he went mad. That video trended as well. He went mad, and I was just sat on the sofa, just like, we deserved it, mate. He was like, no, I'm not having it. It was like roles reversed that night, but. Yes, it's hard to take, man. It really is. It's proper upsetting, and I've lost two of my closest friends, like, in 6 months. Do you know what I mean? And it was mad because, like, I'm not going to go into the ins and outs of stuff here because, like, it's not the right time and place to do all of that at the minute. Yeah, but
glad you said that because I'm holding back and all. But yeah, go on.
Yeah, no, not just much that, but like in terms of like offline stuff and conversations me and him have had about certain things and. No, it's not the right time for that. But one thing I will say is after, I think it was the Man City game. Yeah, I spoke to him for nearly 3 hours on the phone after I'd done all the fan cams and that. I was on the phone to him till like 3 a.m. Yeah, and like just making sure he's cool because like obviously he hadn't been on camera a lot. He's been turning up late for streams, not turning up, and not. I've kept asking him. I've asked him for a long time. I hope you're all right. I hope everything's cool. So, listen, we're in a group chat, me and Kenny, with him, and yeah, he wasn't so active recently, but he'd dip in every now and again, and he was always funny in there, man. He always had a good input. And do you know the one thing I'll say about Chig? Yeah, he always made you think from the opposite side at times.
Yeah, yes.
It was like, oh, I didn't think of that.
He brought a balance.
Because I'm just like, if I've got something to say, it just boom, it's out there. Yeah, the amount of times he's told me off for swearing is a joke. Like literally, yeah. After we've come off streams, yeah. Lee, you've got to stop swearing, mate. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, it's gonna be very hard to do watch-alongs without him there. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like,
yeah.
I think what's happening, you know, it is. So when someone's got a body of work and they've worked their nuts off or something, that's what makes the thing so cool. Don't get me wrong. I don't care what anyone says, right? You're all going to leave a mark. Whatever happens, we've all left a mark. We don't know it, but we've left a mark. Only we don't know it. But when you've got people like, you've got Chig, he's left a body of work. I don't think he even realises what he started in terms of how long he's been doing this. And I was just mentioning to, Diesel, how many people have actually worked with him. I mean, I had no idea that Turkish was in the same school as him until I saw it yesterday.
Yeah, he was a few years below him, man.
Yeah, I had no idea that Chig and Harry Simmy worked together. I had no that they did a couple of shows ago. I know.
Oh no, yeah, I knew they'd done a few shows before. I knew, going back a while, but they've done them. Yeah,
going back a while, but I know Chig's done a lot. I first met Chig through Gunner Talk when Craig Scott, was the presenter, and then obviously Tom Canton was doing it as well. So you knew the body of work from then. Yeah, it was very clear from when I first met Chig how close you and him were.
And, do you know how we met? Like online.
Yeah, that's
AFTV Extra.
Yeah, I remember that.
They used to do a call-in show. Like, well, I'd say a call-in show. It wasn't necessarily a call-in show. It was a podcast basically. Mems used to host it, and then it'd get a few people on.
Yeah, because I remember knowing Chig from then, and then obviously Afsal as well a year before. But it was actually 6 years ago that I knew Chig, I knew of him, and I knew he was from like the wrong side of North London, but he supported Arsenal, so I let him off for that.
Do you know what's mad as well? Is off of the back of doing that show, I met Sam Foglier. Yeah, he used to, I don't think he's got Twitter anymore, but he used to be called Footballing Hero, and he lived in Milton Keynes.
Yes, he's from the Midlands, isn't he? But he's
that's it. He's sound. I went to the cup final. That was who I went with to the cup final, Kenny.
I remember.
Yeah, and that was through online, through YouTube. Yeah, and then off of the back of that, obviously, I actually met Chig. Been to a couple of games, seen him after games, stuff like that, and it's like just a sad tragedy, man. Like, big up to Lily as well. Hope you're good, darling. But yeah, it's tragic, man. And the thing is, like, he just wouldn't harm a fly. Do you know what I mean? Like, just such a nice bloke, and they always take the nice ones away first. Like,
exactly what I said earlier on. Do you know what? Look, when you lose someone, I mean, of all the time of doing this YouTube lark, I never ever thought we'd be doing a couple of streams. The first one being Claude, and a stream like this. You just don't think, and it's obviously two in your sort of circle, if you like.
But mate, one was like my dad, and one was like my little brother.
Do you know what I mean?
It's fucking hit me like a dagger to the heart, mate. Like, genuinely, I've sat there today, and I was just like, I was sitting there, and I was thinking, like, I really should just get up and do something, because I'm just sitting here, and then next thing, it's 2 hours has gone, like, and then you're like, oh shit, it's 5 o'clock. Like, what have I done today? I've literally just sat on the sofa doing nothing. Yeah,
it's one of those things. It's like, look, it's one of those things. Like, when you lose someone, I think you forget things. Like, for instance, me and Pro Bs, whenever there's a boxing news, like Tyson Fury's fighting Deontay Wilder, anything we used to get on YouTube, I used to just get ideas for him. and just like WhatsApp it, boom. Because I do it to you sometimes whenever I find any Arsenal stuff. I'd say, Lee, boom, boom, boom. Next minute, and obviously they got it. Within minutes, you've done a show in it. And it was one of those things, it's like loads of things. It's like, obviously I've had a difficult time, which I'm not going to go into, but I thought, hang on it. Someone who could empathise with what I'm going through is Claude, but he's not there.
Yeah.
And it's like yourself and Chig, you know, obviously when you felt like, you know, smashing the windows and, you know, thinking, right, revenge is I'm going to get revenge on those revulsive little morons. It was mostly Chig said, no, Lee, don't do that. You're better than that.
Yeah, 100%,
you're winning.
100%.
But he was always like saying, Lee, no, because even though you were saying,
do you know what he said? Sorry to cut you off, Kenny. The one thing he said to me, which I'll always remember and never go, is that the only person that can cancel Lee Gunner is Lee Gunner.
Lee.
Yeah, he said that to me. He said, when you want to cancel yourself, you're finished.
I said that to you, you know.
Yeah.
A good friend of ours, Tony Rolfe, said the same thing. And that could go for you, Diesel, because you've got a bit of a temper as well. You've got to remember one thing, right? Both of you guys are one video from getting 1 million subscribers, but also you're one video from getting cancelled. Because you've got to remember one thing: if anything Chig can teach you, even though you're younger than him, is you always got to remember, right? Count to 10. Count to 10.
And then do it again. I need to learn that.
Count to 10, because I think if you count to 10, you've got to remember one thing, right? It takes people to grow a pair to do what you did. For you, Diesel, who's been doing this for like a good 2 years now, you've grown a pair and said, right, I'm out there. There's going to be pork chops and Wazzocks abusing me, spamming the chat. But I'm still going to do it. You've done it and made it successful. You've both got successful, like I said, channels where you've basically risen above that. And I think when people do come out with the BS and try to be a funny little Wazzocks, let's face it, most of the people who are insulting you, right, are people who you've got the better out in the YouTube comment, or someone who's just trying to get friends. That guy who's insulting you, remember one thing, who that guy is. That guy is a virgin who's probably got no friends, has never had a girlfriend before.
Facts.
His parents, he can't watch porn because his parents have put a child lock in his internet. So he's a frustrated person. Always remember that, Lee. And you, Diesel. When people spam
fair, Kenny, them people don't even affect me. They generally don't affect me. Yeah, it's the ones that know better. And the ones that do exactly what I do. Yeah, for a job now. And it's like them, they're the ones that I expect better from. Yeah, it's like they're the ones that I get angry about.
You're never going to do that for a simple reason. Is that they, you know, people, whether we like it or not, we're all the same. We want everyone to agree with us. We want, regardless of whether we say it or not, we want people to approve of us. We even want our enemies to think we're doing well, because it's life. It's life. That's who we are. People. We're humans. You know, you know. People come across as this perfect, strong person, but deep down, we do have insecurities and we do have, you know, flaws because we want people to tell us we're doing well. And you've now got the fact that you've got subscribers, the fact that you've got more than 1,000 people watching you. It means you've got a fan base, and I think that's got to outweigh all these losers. And the thing about the fan base and the community, like I see a great comment in here. I'll see if I can find it. Somebody put it in. Smash the likes up on this video as well for everyone that hasn't. Let me see if I can find it quick. There we go. Cole Rossi put it in. He said, having a great community like this one and on Lee's channel helps us all get through rough times like this, or even our own lives. Yeah, these channels and communities are powerful. And do you know what? That's a great comment, right? Because the length of time these channels have been going, like my channel, I've had 3 years in November. Yeah, this channel has been going for around the same sort of time, there or thereabouts. Yeah, so everyone in the chat gets on with each other in the chat. They build up little friendship groups in the chat. Yeah, and then you'll go and follow each other on Instagram, and you'll follow on Twitter, and then you'll have conversations. You might swap phone numbers. All of a sudden, out of one channel, everyone's now like WhatsApping each other.
following each other elsewhere, having conversations every day on my chat, and I'm sure you'll get the same, Diesel. It's always the same people that are the first ones in. Every day.
Always.
Always the same ones. And that has come off of the back of one channel. That these people want to come and watch first and foremost the channel, but they want to come and interact with their online friends in the chat as well. No, that's mad. Like that, just one
the good
channel.
Thing about it, the good thing about it is that you've got to remember one thing: if you're helping one person, you don't know how much it means to people when you go to a football match and you turn out to be that person that they even might. Can I have a photo? Yes, mate, of course. How are you? Oh, and give you a cuddle. Oh, yeah, can I have you? Of course you can. Can I communicate with you on Instagram video? Give us a time and place. Can we have a little chat for 5 minutes? Yes, it really means a lot to these guys, the people on these channels, if you give something back. All they want back from you, hi, hello. A
little bit of time.
Acknowledgement. That really gets their levels up.
See, it's what you just said there, Lee. Acknowledgement, right? And let's be honest, right? There's a lot of wrong uns out there who have got to a point where they don't even look at you. And one thing that we've always said, controversial or not, at the end of the day, we're real ones. We'll always will be. We could have 1 million subs. It doesn't matter. We're never going to change.
If I had 1 million, if I had 1 million subs, I'd still interact with my chat how I do now with 64K.
Exactly.
I mean?
And that's what I say. I say to you, answer whenever you get a YouTube comment. Whenever you get someone comments, ask you a question on Twitter, Instagram, answer them. It means a lot to them if you answer them, even if it's criticism. Interact, because the other day you remember one thing, right? We're all here on the back of patronage by people who've said, right, I like what he's doing. And I think people got to remember that. And I think, when you lose people like Chig, you lose people like Pro Bees, and definitely, Claude as well. All these guys, these are guys who've just been taken out of the stratosphere and got a fan base through hard work, but through humility as well. Interaction with people. No sort of, I'm too busy. Who are you? You're a stranger. There's a lot of people on Twitter who've got massive followers, and they seem to come from the same cloth. And then when you go and talk to them at football, they treat you like they might as well. It's like they're about to get a pepper spray on you. I love people like that.
Fact.
I despise.
But that comes down to a couple of things, though. It's like people tend to. It gets to their head, and they think that they're bigger than they actually are. We're all human beings, mate. We're all football fans. There ain't no one fan bigger or better than anyone else out there. If you support Arsenal or you support Tottenham or Chelsea, whoever it is, and you can't go to a game, it don't make you any less of a fan than the person who's going to the games. If you've never been to a game, then it don't make you any less of a fan. Like, people will say that you're not a proper fan. I've been stupid enough to say, well, how many fucking games you been to then? But that's in the heat of the moment where I've been antagonized, and it's just an easy, stupid thing to say. The fact and reality is, we wouldn't have a stadium that holds 60,000. We wouldn't have a Aubameyang at the football club and all these other players if we didn't have a global fan base. We'd still be at Highbury. And listen, I'd probably rather be at Highbury. But we wouldn't be having the.
Lee, you sure? Highbury was tiny, mate. They didn't call it. It was called a library, mate.
But we wouldn't have the 230 million quid wage bill, because we wouldn't even generate 230 million quid. And this is what a lot of people have got to understand, is when they have got the luxury and the I don't know, you could call it luck of being born in England around the corner from the ground and that, or being able to go to the games and have access to tickets on a regular, no, it don't make them any better. Fair play to them.
Really the away fans are mad. Did I really make you feel that bad by being born in Islington?
No, but what my point is like, our away
support, to live around the corner as well.
our away support is probably the best in the country. Our away fans are mad on match days. Right, but doesn't mean that you ain't a good fan as well, and you don't support the club. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like they're lucky that they can go to the games. We've all been to games. Like, it's a great experience to watch your football team live. Kenny, you go every week for the home games. You've been on away trips. I'm sure you all have. Like, and been to games. It is unbelievable being able to stand in front of Alexis Sanchez, when he's bagged at Crystal Palace, Yeah, and he's celebrating in front of me. Or when Terrera rips off his shirt right in front of me, I was like, Jesus, I need to go gym. Yeah, but it's mad. And when you walk into that ground,
Lee,
it is insane.
Were you one of those grown men pushing in to go and get their shirts?
Nah. I don't do none of that. I just hold the sign up, Penny.
Can I just say as well, sorry, because I've got this is going to go. All super chats we're getting today it's going towards Chig's GoFundMe page. All right, so that's one thing we are doing.
YouTube take 45% of that, by the way.
Oh God.
Yeah, YouTube take 45% of every donation that comes in. So yeah, 45%.
Well, in that case, guys, get spending, please. Sorry for doing that. Do you know what? I'm going to touch on it. This is so amazing seeing everyone come together and share their thoughts. No drama, no bickering, no Arsenal. Big up every single one of you. We will get through this. And also thank you to GT Playboy.
Real one.
Sick name, by the way, for his super chat earlier on. Thank you very much, guys. And do you know what? Just going back, right? What you're saying, I know you've got them, Lee, because I know we've got them as well. How many guys do we have, regulars of ours, our subs in the chat, who get up at stupid o'clock to watch games? Can't go to the games, whether they live abroad or they can't afford it or whatever. We all know it's pricey, as you like, right? How many of them get up at? They tell me I got up at 4:30 to watch. It's 2:30, 3:30, 4:30. Yep. Something I would never do, by the way. I've got to be honest.
Mate, I struggle getting up for a 12:30 kickoff.
Do you know what I'm saying?
It's true though. It's true.
Dedication. That's dedication, my friend.
Mate, that's ridiculous dedication. And I tell them all the time, go back to bed. This club will let you down, man. It'll let you down. When we went on that run in December, where we lost pretty much every game, I think it was in December, these people were getting up at like 1 a.m. to watch a game in Australia. And I'm like, let's go to bed, mate. Let's go to bed. And then we get pumped by Burnley 1-0. And it's like, they're mad dedication, man. Australia, America, India, all of these countries, man, Malaysia and places like that wake up at stupid o'clock to watch football. Yeah, it's mad. Yeah, it's mad. There you go. David in the chat says, 1:20 a.m. isn't unusual. There you go. I wouldn't be doing that, especially if I had to go work the next day or I had college the next day or school the next day, because you're going to go absolutely knackered. Yeah, and then you could potentially end up losing your job after a month because you're not performing properly. Do you know what I mean? It's mad dedication, man. It's mad. And people that go to games or sit online and criticize people that don't go to games, they need to remember that. Like I said, without a global fan base, we ain't got a £60 million Aubameyang up front, or 52 million Lacazette on the bench, or whoever else it may be. Do you know what I mean? We ain't got these players at that level of money if we didn't have a global audience. Yeah. If it was just the locals or the UK audience, well, what are we doing? Yeah, we'd probably have about 11 Granit Xhakas in the team.
If that was the case, we'd never have left Ivory. Even if we wanted to, we couldn't. Do you know what I'm saying? So yes, fact. Terence, I hope you're well.
Hope you're all good. How you doing? Hope everyone's well. How you doing, Lee? Ken?
Getting there, mate.
I'm good, mate.
Getting there.
It's a bad couple of days, isn't it, Tel?
Yeah. The news again, obviously, I know you used to again. I mean, especially Lee. I mean, obviously doing watch-alongs with him all the time and, on the channel all the time. It was just, I couldn't believe it when I see the messages coming through that sadly Chig passed away. I can't believe it. But I just want to say, it's funny when people kick a man down, come out the woodwork and try to benefit off of someone passing away and coming out with all the sympathy with some of these channels. What they're trying to do is absolute piss poor and really bad. The only one out there that was with Chig, as we all know, is Lee and Kenny. Them two will always do
Ola as well. I've got to say that Ola.
And Ola,
pick up Ola. Come on, Ola's a G.
Another real one.
I spoke to Ola on Monday, and it was hard to get his words out because he was actually
because they were probably close.
He was trembling when I spoke with him. He's actually does that, and you got Will as well. The banter on that show, the combat show. I was thinking, let me just. They brought me in, and I'd be stirring a porridge to try and get them to argue, saying one thing, and let them all go at it. It was brilliant.
Can I just say quickly? I mean, just a word on Chig, because Chig, every time that I had the pleasure of sharing the screen time with him, he may not have agreed with everything I say, but he would always look at the other side and understand your argument, and always respect people when he come on. And he just spoke so much sense in my eyes. I mean, obviously, with myself and you three guys, I've got different opinions to you three guys or whatever. But what I mean with Chig is that he would be able to sort of see both sides of it and be able to come to some sort of, thing in his head and say, yeah, all right, I know where you're coming from, instead of us four just all going at each other and, with our opinions and that. But now, big up to the big man, Chig. Condolences to his family and friends, and he'll be sadly missed. And hopefully him and the big man Claude up there will be not in the 12 pins, but in 11 pins, drinking it up in there.
No, nice one, man. Yeah, hopefully they're having a little drink, laughing at us, like all sitting here, going, look at these lot. Look at these lot. Look, we're sat up here having a nice little bit of champagne. Yeah, and this lot are sitting down here.
I've got to say, Lee, as well, you should remember this, right? Because I said to Kenny earlier on, before you come on, I've been watching Chig from day, back when he was, doing his streams with Stell and Robbie Richmond, especially Stell. I used to love that one. But something that Chig used to do a couple of times used to crack me up, because as much as we sit here as well, there was, there were some things. He was funny, but he never knew how funny he was, because I thought Chig was class. Do you remember a couple of times when Arsenal won, and he used to do, what was it? Was it the animal section? The animal. He used to.
Banging his chest.
That was quality. I was like, yes, Chig. Poor cow. But jokes, but no, I'm saying he was, we say it all the time, but he was level head. And do you know what? I'm going to say this now. Chig, not many people ask us onto their channel, right? Especially in the early days when we first joined Claude. I know a lot of people weren't sure about us too, but I've got to be honest with you. Chig come on as for the first time when we was here, and he invited me onto his, the three of us, me, him, and Ola. And it's little things like that. Last time I spoke to Chig, I said, you know what? I know to a lot of people that's a little thing. To me, that spoke volumes. Do you know what I'm saying? And even now, even like obviously we're streaming recently, he'd be in the chat, he'd send me a message, can I come on? Chig, don't even have to ask, bro. I'll send you the link. And he'd come on. Always spoke sense, whether he agreed or not. And Terry put it a bit mildly because he never agreed with Terence, but that's by the by. But you know what I'm saying? But he'd come on, but he would, as you said earlier on, Lee, I'd think one thing, he would say, yeah, but what if, and he'd say something in a way where I'm looking at it thinking, oh, do you know what? He might have a point there. I didn't look at it from that angle before, but he'd make me think. And I was like, yeah, he might be onto something here, Chig, he might be onto something. But it was the way he would break it down and explain it. And I thought, yeah, do you know what? Yeah, honestly, great bloke. And at the age, that's no age.
36, man.
It's no age.
It's mad. It's actually fucked, isn't it?
It's not. But, nah, we'll be missed. Absolutely missed.
Big time, man.
And just a thank you as well to all the guys in the chat, all our regulars. I know you're all here now. Every time Chig come on, not once did he ever get anything negative or abuse or anything. You all took to him, and the comments to Chig whenever Chig was on here was absolutely lovely. He was respectable and admirable, if I'm honest with you. So listen, like I say, we have a very intelligent chat room. Don't have any dickheads in here. So to you guys as well, especially because I know a lot of you guys were sub to Lee, and you watched Lee and Chig as well when he was streaming. So thank you as well for the respect. Got to go both ways,
Yeah, man.
So yeah.
So tell, just to break the ice a bit, tell
no, thank him.
Nothing changed. Nothing changed. Nothing changed after the Tottenham game, did it? I told you we ain't turn a corner.
Did you have a street party, Tell? Did you get the bunting out and the
No, it's funny you mentioned that. He did. I've got the pictures. He sent them to me.
Oh, seriously, turn it in. Did you actually have a party?
No, don't be silly. Don't be silly. This is what the difference is, though, boys. You know what I mean? As you know, us Arteta-ins, I would say, if you know what I mean, as you would call it. You know what I mean? Obviously, we celebrated the win after Tottenham. Great win. Obviously, unfortunately, with work and same with Diesel, same. You know what I mean? We just couldn't get on in the meantime and be able to do a podcast since then. But I mean, just going back on the Tottenham game quickly. I mean, as Kenny knows, we was there. What an atmosphere that was that day. All these people that say that the fucking Emirates is a library, what a load of shit that is. Because I'll tell you what, since I've been going this season, the atmosphere at the Emirates has been electric, unbelievable.
It was good under Emery as well, to be fair, for that first
Steady on me, steady on me. Tells here.
No, it was honestly. I'm not just trying to knock you down by saying that. Kenny, you was there for the Atletico Madrid at home game.
Oh,
yeah, when Wenger was there, that was mad. Yeah, but they were few and far between under Wenger. Yeah, when Unai Emery came, that stadium was rocking, man. For the first, for that 22 unbeaten run, 100%.
Remember the Spurs game?
The Spurs game was brilliant.
Oh, the Spurs game was a joke. That was the loudest I've ever heard that place, man.
And was it?
Remember the fight just after Spurs equalised, the punch up.
Thank you, Joanne. Lovely.
Yeah,
job. Thank you.
Yeah, when Eric Dyer and Dele Alli nearly caused a riot. That was down there where you sit, isn't it, Kenny?
Oh, you know what? I know. You're probably going to be very surprised at this. I want to get down there and join in.
But I'm just saying, I thought, even against, was it Watford we played before that when we won 1-0? Was it Watford? Not Watford.
Burnley, Norwich.
Even that day, even Kenny, Kenny come out and said it. The atmosphere on that day, even though we lost our first 3 games, was unbelievable. And the Tottenham game itself wasn't just obviously nothing to do with Arteta. I think the whole club, the team, obviously Arteta, just got it right on the day, and everything seemed to come together on that day. Obviously, with who did we play last?
Brighton,
yeah. With the draw at Brighton, obviously everyone had high expectations. Obviously, after the Tottenham 3-0 win, the game wasn't that great. Let's be honest. They had most of the possession and most of the chances, but let's be real. Apart from one chance when Ramsdale saved it, I mean, we was never threatened on goal, really. Not that that's
you can say that about the Norwich game, though. Tel. Yeah, we had 30 shots, but how many were actually troubling them?
Yeah, no, exactly. I'm just saying, there was nothing really that they troubled us with or whatever.
But don't forget, you bang on a lot about under Emery, the amount of shots that used to get, that a lot of teams used to take. That game against Brighton, they must have had 25 odd shots. But
do you know what? You've just brought up a great point. You brought up a great point. I saved this picture I see on Twitter earlier. Yeah, because I knew I was coming on it. And I wanted to say this.
You knew it was going to be right.
Yeah.
It's going to be arms.
This season, not last season, this particular season so far, Arsenal are 4th, for most shots against in the league. Only Newcastle, Spurs and Leeds have faced more shots per game. We average conceding 16.3 shots against us a game. Yeah. If you look at Man City, they concede 6.
Yeah.
If you look at Wolves, they're 19th. They concede 9.7. Brighton, 10.7. Liverpool and United just there. Brentford, 12.1. We are 4th. On shots against.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous, man.
He's
apparently fixed the defense. We play against a proper team, we get slapped 5-0.
But how many? All I will say to that is what you don't seem to realise, or what you don't seem to bring up is how long has this team since we got our injuries back and the COVID-19 back and all that? How many times has that team played together?
Terry, how many times have Brighton played without Basuma?
Hold up.
Without Lamptey and without their other centre back.
That's one player. How many times?
Okay, so Basuma, Welbeck, Lamptey, their centre back. That's 4 players they've had out.
Hold up. I'll answer the question first. How long is that defence and that team?
It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant.
Why is that irrelevant?
He's the best young coach in world football, apparently.
Well, yeah, and what? So after 4 games, he's going to make them into.
It's not 4 games. No. Listen. Tell. This is where I get the ump with people, right? And then, I've seen people sat on YouTube, Twitter, and Insta, and all of that, saying, "Oh, but we took 10 points out of the last 12." Yeah, we took 10 points out. No, we took 10 out of 21, mate.
I know what you're saying.
And irrelevant of whether we've had injuries and COVID, well, Kevin De Bruyne didn't play against us because he had COVID or an injury, yeah? Every team has COVID and injuries, yeah? Pulisic's been out for Chelsea all season. Of course. Man City ain't even got a striker, so they're playing Sterling up front one week, Mahrez the next, playing the next. So it's irrelevant because it's a squad game, not an 11 game.
It's not irrelevant because Man City.
Okay, let me ask you this then, Tel. Let me ask you this.
They've got 10 players already that are already secure there in that team. You're talking about one player. You're talking about one player being out that they haven't got a striker, Man City.
Yeah, but Kevin De Bruyne didn't play against us.
2 seconds, guys. I'm just gonna go and get some. Go and get a drink. But carry on.
Get the popcorn.
He's getting his popcorn, isn't he?
But this is the thing I say, Terry. Right?
Yeah.
If you look at Brighton, we were cheering a draw. Yeah. Oh well, at least we didn't lose. Was the attitude? At least we didn't lose. Yeah. Yeah. We made it all about Neil Maupay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why?
Well, the press did and Twitter did. Yeah. But
but that's the point. A lot of the fan base online made it all about Neil Maupay.
Yeah.
Why? It's irrelevant. We jumped, or everyone was jumping for joy after beating Tottenham. Ask Tottenham fans, and they have been shit for a long, long time, my whole lifetime, yeah? But even they say this is the worst Tottenham side they've seen in years. And we were running around the streets, dancing, jumping over Aubameyang's car. Like, come on. Yeah, then we go to Brighton, and we make it all about some dead baller, yeah, at a club that their whole squad cost less than we spent in the summer. They had their best player in midfield out. They had their best right back out. Yeah, they had one of their best centre-backs.
According to you, it doesn't matter.
No, but I'm using your logic, Tel, yeah? Right, for the first 3 games, we had injuries and COVID. Well, Brighton had 4 players out, and they still played us off the park.
Yeah.
And they would have 3-4 best players. We didn't have our 3 or 4 best players out.
But why is it okay to mention how many these other teams have got out?
I didn't mention it, you did.
No, I said about
you mentioned how many players we had injured, so I'm saying it's the same logic for Brighton. Yeah.
No, I'm saying yeah, but for them first 3 games, we had 6 to 9 players out.
Who are these 6 to 9 starters? Hang on, hold on. Who are these 6 to 9 starters then?
You had Lacazette, Aubameyang out.
Lacazette hardly starts, mate. He ain't started since.
He was, but I'm saying he's a first team. He's in the squad. You're saying
no. We're not. No, we're talking about. You said start in 11 earlier when you said we had.
Then you got Gabriel. Then obviously
Gabriel. Tick. Let's start again. Start again. Gabriel.
So the team that
no, you can't use Ramsdale because at that point for Brighton, not for Brighton, for Brentford, nobody had Ramsdale down as number 1. So you can't even use Ramsdale.
No. You had him. You didn't have him down for number 1. Just like you had Tommy Yasu, who was a shit right back. Remember, just like Ben Shite is.
Yeah, he got the run around by Cucurella.
Odegaard.
Good little player,
I'm saying. You know,
but this is the thing.
Hold on, let me finish. All these players that you kept saying that was shit after the Tottenham game, even the Arteta rats were saying how good these players were.
Yeah, because that's how reactionary football fans are. What did I say after we beat Tottenham?
Have a reaction, though, are we?
What did I say after Tottenham? I said, why is everyone having street parties? We say they're shit all season. We then beat them every season. And then when we beat them after saying they're shit all season, we go and have street parties. Why? They're shit. They're irrelevant. We make them relevant.
People on their eye horse and always, don't forget. You go back to the first 3 games. All these Arteta rats, including yourself and Kenny and Diesel, were saying, oh, what are you talking about, Tel? We ain't going to go to Tottenham and then go above them if we beat them. We ain't going to get 1 point at the next 6 games and all that shit. That's what I missed. That's what all you're saying.
Okay, that's a fair point.
Hold up. Now, fast forward, 4 games in, we've got 10 points from 12. We're not allowed to.
No, it's 10 points out of 21, Terry. The season started in August, mate, not September. And this is my gripe with people. Because Terry, people are sit there and say, well, the league don't start taking shape until 10 games in, by which time it's nearly Christmas. We're fucking miles away. Then what happens is we go on a mad run and everyone goes, oh, well, we were second from Christmas. How about be first from August?
Hold up. What happened to West Ham last year?
They qualified for Europe.
But what did they do in their first 3 games?
First time they finished above us.
What did they do in their first 3 games?
I don't know. Because they ain't interested in West Ham. They're a tiny dot, mate. They're a tiny dot.
They're a tiny dot, but obviously
compared to Arsenal,
you're picking them up all last season about David Moyes saying that he's a better manager. And
he is a better manager.
So you like it when you do it. You say
he is a better manager. You can't even argue that. Tell he is a better manager.
How's he a better manager? What's he won for West Ham at the moment?
Okay, hold on. David Moyes got that job. David Moyes got that job the same week, as Arteta, right? The same week as Arteta. Would you say when he got that job that our squad was better than West Ham's?
Well, at the time, I told you, I thought it was going to take us 2 years to turn this around.
That's not the question I asked, is it? Stop being a politician.
I said to you at the time, you know that.
I'm going to call you Boris in a minute.
I love
when they got
Pepsi
their
Max.
jobs, whose squad was the best squad?
I said, I will be honest.
Whose squad was the best squad?
I held my hands up. I said West Ham were going to go down that season. And he done a great thing. He done a great thing. And what?
There you go. So your argument a minute ago saying, yeah, but Lee, you said that we weren't going to get any points at the next 3 games. Yeah, so I got that wrong, like you got West Ham going down wrong. Yeah, so now we're even, right?
No. Hold up. Before you say that, I've got someone. You said that he started the same time as Arteta, yeah? Yeah, right. So ain't Arteta won the FA Cup?
Yeah, okay, no, we're not talking about FA Cups. We're talking about league positions because our objective. Okay, hold on. Our objective this season is to get back into Europe, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. You can do that by winning the cup. Yeah. Or you can do that by finishing in league positions. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So Arteta done it by winning a cup. And congratulations, I cheered that cup, and a cup is better than 6th place all day long.
Of course it is.
But at the same time, right? At the same time, David Moyes and Arteta took over at the same time, there or thereabouts a week or so, yeah?
Yeah.
David Moyes had literally 4 goalkeepers in his squad. Jesse Lingard in his squad that everyone laughed at. He's got Mark Noble, who should just fuck off to Towie now and be an extra in Towie. Yeah? Like, when you look at their squad, they've got our ex-goalkeeper, Flapiansky. Yeah? they've come on, their squad's dead. And he qualified that for Europe, yeah? Right, that in itself, and let's not forget here as well. Yeah, if that had all gone wrong, then West Ham fans would have had him out real quick. Yeah, it's all gone right, and they were unbelievable for the start of this season until the other day when they lost to Brentford in stoppage time. Right, but let's have it right. Yeah, I don't care about finishing in European positions unless we win the league. Yeah, Arteta's won a cup, which makes him a better Arsenal manager than Unai Emery. Yeah, in terms of trophy haul. Yeah, he's not a better coach. He's not a better tactician. Yeah, he's not even a better coach and tactician than David Moyes. If you gave Arteta David Moyes' squad and Moyes' Arsenal squad when they took over, he'd have West Ham relegated, and your prediction would have come true. Yeah, Moyes would still have us in Europe.
I don't agree with that.
How can he get them in Europe, but you don't think he'd get our squad in Europe? Come on, tell.
That's your opinion. Well, why didn't we get it?
If he can get a worse squad in Europe, hang on.
Every guy's in Europe.
Why didn't he win it?
If he can get West Ham squad in Europe, what makes you think he won't get Arsenal squad that you've admitted is better? Yeah. Why do you think he wouldn't get Arsenal squad in?
Better now.
It was better then.
Much better now. I don't think it was that great. I don't think.
So hang on.
There was too many people in our squad that had all their own little cliques and things like that. That's what the problem was.
That happens at every football club, Tell.
No, it doesn't happen in every football club.
You don't think all the German players that play for Chelsea have their own little table in common?
If they all do play for their own squad, then the manager sorts it all out, doesn't he? And that's what Arteta's trying to sort out. And what he has sorted out. And moving
would you take Aubameyang and Lacazette, or would you take Mikel Antonio? And I don't think they've even got a second striker, have they?
Well, exactly. At the moment, he's firing on all cylinders, like Calvin Lewis.
So you'll take Mikel Antonio over Aubameyang.
Don't forget when Hughes 3 was all going on the back of it last season. They was going to win the league under Carlo, remember?
Okay. What you mean the Carlo that's just broken a record in Spain for scoring 34 goals in 6 games?
Remember that when you was all saying that Mourinho was going to win trophies at Tottenham?
Well, he got him to a cup final. He got him to a cup final.
Only got sacked.
He got him to the cup final.
He got him sacked. So that's what I'm saying.
If they had kept him, which was the objective for them to get trophies, if they'd kept him, I guarantee you would have won it.
Yeah, that's what I said to you, Tim.
Yeah, and that's why they didn't want to keep him. They wanted to sack him because then they could play the soft story again.
You all said that he would win the trophy at Tottenham, and he didn't.
Yeah, because he got sacked.
Oh, wait, before the game, Joe. Come on, man.
Do you know what I mean?
Does not matter.
Terry, your whole argument is based off of Arteta won the cup. Yeah?
Well, no,
fantastic.
My argument is, for me personally, like I've said to you, it was going to take 2 years, no matter what manager come in, to sort this.
Okay, well, we're 2 years in and we're fucking
2 years in. And now he's got his squad moving forward after them first 3 games. That's what I'm saying. You've got
Okay, let me ask you this then. No ifs, buts, or
Ramsdale now.
maybes.
You've got a back 4. You've got a brand new back 4. And then you've got the midfield
It's not
now.
a brand new back 4. It's not a brand new back 4.
You got
It's
Ben
not-
White.
Tierney's not a brand new back 4.
What 3 or 4 games last season? That's what he's doing.
Tierney's not a brand new back 4. Gabriel was here last season.
One player.
We've signed 2 players, Ben White and Tommy Asu. And let me tell you something, right? If
Gabriel's like a new player. Let's be honest, he is.
How?
Because he only played a few games last season. He was
He got player of the month for the first 3 months last season.
He played a few games. He didn't play a whole season, did he?
Well, I guarantee he played a hell of a lot more than fucking Martinelli and all them ones, mate.
But what I'm saying to you is, this is a brand new team. This is
okay. Tell. Let me ask you a question. Yeah, straight answer. Tell.
Hold up. This is now. When you say this is Arteta's, you can't have no excuses. This is what I agree with you with. I agree with you with.
Okay, so no excuses. Where do you see us finishing? What is your target? What is your target? Not the club target. What's your target? And if he doesn't hit it, would you sack him?
My target would be that he's got to go into Europe this year without a shadow of a doubt.
Conference League in 7th.
No, in conference.
Well, that's Europe, isn't it?
Well, I don't want that one. I want iron in that, but it's going to be really, really hard.
So Europa League minimum, yeah?
Yeah, minimum.
You do realise we sacked Unai Emery for that?
He was on. I think 11-game no-win run at Arsenal.
Mikel Arteta's longest ever unbeaten run is 6 or 7. Yeah,
right.
He's finished us 8th twice, and we're currently 11th or 12th. Unai Emery took us 22-game unbeaten, finished 5th. Because he put all of his eggs in winning an actual trophy. Because we can all agree here, we can all agree here that a trophy is better than a 3rd place or 4th place, yeah? Right?
Yeah, we've all said that.
Okay, so when people want to slag off Unai Emery for saying he bottled top 4, no, he didn't. He rested certain players because he wanted to go all out for a trophy, which we've all agreed is more than top 4. And yes, we got piped in that final, but guess what? The state of that squad, and for that man to get us that close, yeah? That close with that squad, and now 2 years later, after this geezer has come in, the target's if we get Europa League, we had that anyway. Why don't we just give Unai Emery all the money that we've given this geezer, and he'd have us in a title race? But
we already established that most of them players that Unai Emery had played in the FA Cup. We already had this argument the next season, and he won the cup with them. Me and you had this.
Which players played in the FA Cup the following season?
We already had it out. It was in the squad. I think there was about 7 or 8, 9 of them players were in that team. We had
in the squad. In the squad.
Yes.
All right. So about 9 of them out of 25, then, yeah.
No. We didn't say that. We just said the subs. Me and you just said at the 11 and the subs. We had this argument already. We already had this argument already.
Mate, if you have a look at we've done this before as well. If you have a look at that squad that Emery had in that Europa League final, it is a disgrace how he even got to the final. It is mad how he even did it.
I'm not saying I would probably agree with you how we got to that final. And on all of us, let's be real, all of us thought that we was going to go to that final and win it because apparently he was the Europa League king.
Yeah, and guess what? He's won it 4 times, and the only final he's lost is the best team that he's managed.
Well, yeah, I agree.
But it's not actually the best team. It's the best club. Yeah, the team was not the best team.
I agree with you.
The club's the biggest club, but imagine then coming back. Yeah, I rate Unai Emery. Yeah, I wanted him gone. Don't get it twisted. Yeah, but and this is how classy that bloke is. He came back. He knocked us out on our own ground. That was just fucking golden, wasn't it? Like, I was just sitting there and he just walked straight down the tunnel. If that was me, I would have been knee sliding across the floor going, fuck off, you wangers. And then he went and won it. That was their first trophy in 93 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, mad. And if you look at that Villarreal squad, that is nowhere near the squad that we've got now. Yeah, and this manager can't even get us in Europe off of last season's squad, which was also better. Yeah, them 11s that played each other at the Emirates and in their ground last season, we should be battering them.
Yeah,
and if we'd swapped managers around, we would have battered them. We battered Valencia. We banged 7 plus Valencia.
Don't you find it funny how, like, some of these Unai Emery bashes? I know Terry can't stand Emery, but my argument is we replaced Emery with this guy here. And the manager who he replaced not only scored him once, but twice.
Yeah.
Then, right, forget us for a minute. knocks out Man United with the squad they've got, and you look at what he had, and it goes back to my point against Brighton, right?
Oh, sorry, Diesel. Hang on. He then played them off the park at Old Trafford. That should have been 5-0 the other day at half time.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on, mate.
Yeah, but like Arsenal squad, Brighton squad, every man and his dog's taken Arsenal. Let's be honest. Right, so when I say to Terence and we have these arguments, I say the manager is a big part. It's not just they've got 11 players, so they automatically win. No, Brighton's on paper, right, without being an idiot about it, right? Let's be honest. We shouldn't be losing that or drawing it.
How many of Brighton's players were getting our starting 11?
Yeah.
That were playing the other night, not the injured ones like Lamprey and Basuma.
Right, with injuries.
The other night,
they scored us, and they've got injuries to their key players. Imagine
if the teams that started the other night, not the injured players or the ones that have like got whatever, their piles or whatever.
None. I wouldn't have none of them.
You wouldn't have any of them.
No.
That tells you the manager's better then, because he absolutely wiped the floor with us. And if they had a Bamiyang, that would have been 4-0.
It was just an off game. Well, you can't have an off game now.
We've had too many off games already this season.
We've had off days since he's been at the club, We've had off days.
We're always going to have off days. Of course we are. We're always going to have off days.
But how many consistent
hold up. The thing is now, Kenny, if you can't see it, if you can't see it, you can fuck off down the lane. We look stronger. We look stronger at the back. We look stronger in
How do we look stronger at the back? They had 21 shots.
But they had 21 shots of what? They was all going fucking out of the stadium.
Yeah, because if they had a striker that could fit, if they had Lacazette or even Eddie,
I'll
tell you this, if they had Danny Welbeck up front, they would have won that game.
It didn't happen in that game.
No, it hasn't happened for this manager either, right?
It doesn't matter.
How many times have we had these conversations about these crappy teams? Yeah, we can't beat them.
The week before.
Huh?
It happened to us the week before. We smashed Tottenham. It doesn't matter. You might turn around and say,
"Wow, they're the worst Tottenham team I've seen in years."
Here we go. This is all that happens when Arsenal win.
Because we only beat fucking teams that are on their knees, Terry.
The same as when we drew with Man U that time when we absolutely annihilated them. Oh well, Man U was the worst team in ever, and then that would probably be the same when we beat when we was beating Liverpool and Chelsea. Oh, but Chelsea
when was that? When was this?
Didn't have that player. It's just
last time we beat Liverpool at Anfield, mate. Yeah, that team that Tottenham played in the cup the other night. Oh, and by the way, Graham Potter's won at Anfield last season. Yeah, Graham Potter's beat Man City last season as well. By the way, when's Arteta done these in the league? We ain't won at Anfield since 2012-13, yeah, and we ain't beaten Man City since 2015. When was Brighton's manager, little old Brighton with no players you take yet, beat both of them last season.
Last season, for the first time in 10 years, we took the most points off of the top 6.
Yeah, and guess what?
In 10 years.
I can give you a million records that he's broken since he's been here as well. This is our worst start this is our worst start to a season. Yeah, our worst start to a season since the 80s.
Right.
And where we've got better.
Where are we sitting at the moment? 5 points behind top. 6 points behind top.
Okay, how many points off the top will we finish, Terry?
We don't know yet, do we? We don't know yet. But if you listen to obviously Twitter and yourselves and other people like that.
No, I don't need to listen to anyone. I can go off of previous experiences, mate.
It doesn't matter about previous, does it? That's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter
because that's how you form opinions on players and football clubs and managers is based off of their previous work experience.
What we do is like same as every club is that we just look at last year's position. Like, say, for instance, Burnley or anything like that. Oh, we're not going to get any higher, are we? Because we've got the same team, we've got the same squad. If you look at last season, then that's it. And we've got the same manager. What's the point of looking forward or looking at the games that we've just done? The last 4 games we've just done. It's a brand new
7 games old, not 4.
It's a brand new team.
Come on.
Hold up. Just listen. It's a brand new team. It's Arteta's players now that he wanted.
No. Stop a minute. Stop because you're waffling, mate. Stop. It's not a brand new team. Gabriel was here last season. Gabriel was here last season. Yeah.
Hold up. Let me finish. Right. These players are his players now. Everyone kept slagging them off like yous have done. You know what I mean? Ramsdale was fucking shit. He's relegated this team. He's relegated that team.
Yeah, they're facts, mate.
He's had three clean sheets in 4.
Well done. 3 of the worst teams in the league. That's it. So we're going to get relegated.
That's it. let's not look forward and say, oh yeah, he's done well in them games. Oh, he's for them previous teams that he's relegated. He's fucking shit. Don't worry about it.
Okay, so let me say. No, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. But let me ask you this: when Petr Cech was in goal, let me finish here. When Petr Cech was in goal, a man was nearly passing the ball into our own net every week. Yeah, which he was. Yeah, and he was passing around the back. Soon as Leno come in and started doing camera saves and barking orders and passing out, we were like, fucking hell, we got a keeper here. You lot, your Arteta sexuals, for the last 13 months have been telling people like me and Kenny and Diesel that he's better, Leno, than Emi Martinez. Right? Yeah. Now all of a sudden, flavour of the month rocks up and starts shouting and giving passion. Passion. Didn't we get rid of Guendouzi for that? Yeah, and this is what makes me laugh. Hang on, because Petr Cech was so poor that Leno looked a massive upgrade. Yeah, Leno's been shit, so now Ramsdale looks a massive upgrade. He may go on to be a great goalkeeper for us, but based off of previous, we know that he's going to fuck up at some point. Yeah, and it's how he returns from that. Yeah, every goalkeeper will make mistakes. We know that he's made so many that he's got his team relegated or been a part of teams that have been relegated. He's been fantastic, and so has Tomiyasu. The hype for Tomiyasu, I said he was player of the month. Yeah, I thought he's fantastic. Guess what? Straight back to fucking reality when you've got a proper player up against you. And you could say, oh, but he played Son. He played against Son. Yeah, guess what? Son actually scored, you know. Yeah, I think everyone forgot that because they were too busy having
what I don't understand. You're not taking into consideration again. What you ain't taking into consideration the way I look at it and the way that I would say most people.
Tell me, you've been looking at it the same way since he's got here, and we're still crap.
It's his fourth game. His fourth game. He's come to a different country. He's playing in a different league. Right? He's come straight in. He's come straight into the team, and as you said, give 3-man and match performance. And because he's had one bad game, he's fucking shit. Let's get rid of him.
No. I never said that. I tell you,
that's the way he's coming across.
The fact that our 3 best players in them last 3 or 4 games have been defenders tells you all we need to know about your manager, mate. Yeah, because it should be our star man up front or our star boy on the wing.
Against Tottenham, the whole squad, the whole team that day. Even Kenny would say it.
Let me tell you something, right? Arsenal against Tottenham, Terry, let me say this, yeah? Arsenal against Tottenham, the first 20 minutes, Martin Odegaard was getting bodied all over the place by Ndombele. He was fucking useless. Then after that 20 minutes, he had a spell where he started moving away from Ndombele and picking up little pockets of space. Every time he was coming towards to receive the ball in that first 20 minutes, go and watch the whole game again. And Ndombele,
I've watched it 3 or 4 times.
Hang on. In the second half, right? So that was 20 minutes. Tottenham it was 50-50, and then we went bang, got a goal, yeah. So for a 28-minute spell, 30-minute spell, and then maybe 5 minutes in the second half where we came out real quick. After that weren't a great performance. It was a complacent performance in that second half. We should have been making substitute. No, listen, don't take anything away from that first half. That was the best we've seen us play for a long time, yeah? That second half, they were walking around the football pitch, and if that manager had any fucking clue on him, he would have known that Saka has been playing for 2 years straight for club and country. Granit Xhaka's not played for 3 weeks, and this is the guy that plays every single week, so I need to hook him off because he ain't played for 3 weeks. Bukayo Saka, yeah, I need to get him off. And guess what? They both went down injured. Yeah. Right then, if he had brought subs on Martinelli and Pepe and Lokonga in that game, we would have fucking slapped them 6-0. Yeah, but he didn't. And that's what I say about complacent. That first or second or 30 minutes in the first half.
What does that say about?
Great, man.
But what does that say about Uncle Albert then, who Diesel wanted as our manager, as a manager then?
Who?
Uncle Albert. If we just sat back and we didn't do anything and God knows what, how comes Uncle Albert, that manager that Diesel wanted, how comes they didn't come out and fucking tear us a new arsehole?
Did you not watch the game?
Didn't do anything.
Did you not watch the game?
He managed the game, didn't he, Arteta?
What do you mean he managed the game? They got back into it with a goal. We had to make a wonder save. We had to make a wonder save, right? Which, if that goes in with 3 minutes to go, we're shitting ourselves about managed the game. If he'd managed the game properly, he would have made subs on 62 minutes, not 82 minutes when players are going down injured. And we would have banged another 2 or 3. Yeah, it's fact.
No. That's an opinion. That's an opinion. It's not fact. It's an opinion. That's your opinion. But this is what I don't understand, right? Is that you, even with Kenny, you come away from.
Who's Uncle Albert, by the way?
Yeah, I'm thinking that. Who is this?
I know exactly.
We were singing it in the stadium. We were singing it in the stadium. Nuno.
Oh, what? Santo?
Yeah.
Nuno's better than Arteta.
That's what we were sitting in the crowd.
Nuno's better than Arteta, and I'll tell you why he's better than Arteta. When was the last time? When was the last time? Yeah, that Arteta in the last 2 seasons has beaten Man City in the league.
Honestly, this is ridiculous.
It's not ridiculous,
but this is what I'm saying. When you go to the stadium and the fans, right? You ask Kenny. We was there beforehand. The atmosphere is.
Yeah, the atmosphere is great. He's still going to get.
That's the problem, Phil. It's not just those 60,000
I'm talking about the attitude. I'm talking about the attitude. When people look at Twitter and YouTube and all things like that, Kenny will tell you because he was there talking to the same people. Is that it's only on social media that you get all this Arteta out shit.
Yeah, there's 60,000.
And it's big.
Kenny wants him out. He's in the ground.
Don't forget, you lot were the ones telling me, wait until the fans go back. Wait until the fans go back in the stadium.
Guess what? Wait till we're 15 points off a fourth at Christmas, mate, and then watch. Watch the Vultures circle at Christmas.
Game at Norwich. What was the crowd like? Was they all booing and you know what I mean? All thinking no. The crowd
give it time. Listen, Arsene Wenger was an absolute god at this club. The fans got him out. If they can get him out, you don't think they can get Arteta out? Give it time, my friend. Give it time.
But the difference is, like they were saying to me, to Kenny and all, is that people can understand the situation that we was in. You don't think that we was in a situation.
No. It's not about people can understand it. No, Terry, it's not. Terry, it's not that people can understand it. It's because the club have brainwashed them with fucking fraudulence and PR. How has this gone? Hang on, no. Let me say this, Terry. Please let me finish here. Right? How has this gone from a 3-year Champions League process into 2 years later being spun to a youth project? Yeah, because they knew that it was a load of bollocks. And they're going to spin you all again. And guess what? Can I just say about Project Youth as well? Let me say this, Tel. Yeah, about Project Youth. Yeah, Project Youth. I guarantee if I ask you who our 2 best players are at the moment, you'd say Smith Rowe and Saka. Yeah.
No.
Who would you say are our best 2?
At the moment, I would say Partey and Gabriel.
Okay, based on the last 12 months, who would you say? Would you say Saka's in there?
Well, obviously, Saka and Smith Rowe will
definitely. What do you class a good? What do you class best players on? What is it? Goals? Is it performance consistency? Is it
just
work rate?
Overall professionalism of playing football. I mean, like if you look at Gabriel and Partey, they've got it.
So it's not on their output, then, no.
No. I'm saying if you look at the output, the import, everything. The leaders on the pitch. If you look at Gabriel since he's come back, he's been immense.
He's been brilliant. He's been brilliant for 4 games. Absolutely superb for 4 games. Mustafi was good for 20. He didn't lose a game with fucking Koscielny. Well, he didn't lose a game with Koscielny for 20 games when he first joined the club. We even beat PSG.
What does that win you? What does that win you?
Well, I don't know. But after 4 games, you lot are all getting giddy about players that I've seen have worse players at the club that had 20-game unbeaten runs.
Who's getting giddy? The ones that
how can we go 20 games unbeaten with Socrates and centre-back? Explain to me how we go. Hang on. Explain to me how we can go 20 unbeaten with Alex Iwobi, Danny Welbeck, Socrates, fucking Lichtsteiner, Nacho Monreal, who was on the way out, by the way, at that point. Great footballer. I love Nacho. Granit Xhaka. El Neni. How can we go 22 unbeaten with that? But this guy with apparently a wicked squad. Can't go more than fucking 3 or 4 league games without a fucking defeat. How? Oh, let me guess. The league's more competitive now. That's what you ever get. The league's more competitive. What a load of bollocks.
We've got 5 already. And then, as you said, 22 games unbeaten. That's more or less half a season. How on earth did we not get top 4 with Emery? 22 games unbeaten.
By the way.
Yeah, but that's about 6-7 games.
This manager's got a 46.2%. This manager's got a 42.6% league win rate ratio,
At the moment,
46.2%, right?
Yeah, at the moment.
That is a disgrace.
At the moment.
That is a disgrace. And the only reason he's got a 54%, overall, is because he's been stat padding against farmers in that Europa League. Right? And let's have it right here, Tel, right? They are fine. We are Dundalk in our group, for fuck's sake. Turn it in. Do you know what I mean? And this is what winds me up, The abuse people gave to that geezer before, who was here for 18 months, we can't compare anyone to Arsene Wenger because he was here 22 years, sorry. So you can only compare what we've got now to the manager that was here for relatively the same amount of time, pretty much, right? Yes, Arteta's delivered a trophy. Congratulations, thank you. I loved it. I'm sure we all did, right? But this was a process to get back into Champions League football. It took Klopp 4 years to win a title. So this is a process to go and win league titles and compete and get in Champions Leagues over the next 3 or 4 years. Okay. So after 2 years, we finished 8th and 8th. And I remember when everyone said about, it took Klopp so long. Klopp got to 2 finals in his first year, didn't win them. Arteta got to 1 and won it. Well done. The following season, Klopp got in Champions League. Arteta finished 8th again. Then the following season, Liverpool finished 1 point behind Man City. 1 point behind Man City. The following season, they fucking won it. And they lost the Champions League final as well. Or they won the Champions League, and finished 1 point behind City in his third season. Then the following season, do you know they then won the league and didn't win the Champions League. So how is it even remotely possible that when you sit there and watch Man City versus Liverpool the other day, and we all watched it, and it was one of the greatest games I've seen in a long time, how can anyone come to the conclusion that this fucking manager is going to get us on that level? Like, come on, you can't be sitting there watching them two going, well, Arteta can compete with this. He can't, because he's finished, he's done, he's done. You've had your FA Cup. See you later. Thanks for the memories. It's time to fuck off. Now go and get someone that knows what they're doing. And I'm not saying we'll win the title, but we will definitely be higher up the table, because this squad is not a 12th place or an 8th place squad. Even last season,
you've admitted that yourself. It's not.
It's not an 8th place squad, so he's underperforming.
This is what I was trying to say earlier on, but obviously I couldn't get it out. Is now he's got his players. He's got his players.
He had his players. He signed Granit Xhaka to a new deal. He signed Martinelli. He signed Rob Holding to. Hang on, what's happened to Rob Holding, by the way? Is he all right? Has anyone found him? Because we protected his value. Where's he been?
Listen, this is what I'm trying to say. You can say all of this rubbish, right? But at the end of the day, he's got his players now, and the players that he bought.
He signed Aubameyang up to a new deal. That's his player. He signed Saka and Martinelli. They're his players.
They are his players.
They are his players.
Yeah. I'm talking about the other. Hold up, they're not just.
You're talking about a couple of Herberts we bought this summer for way too much.
Herberts? What do you mean Herberts? Ramsdale.
Martin Odegaard. This is the creator. I'm going to tell you something right now. I'm going to give you Martin Odegaard's stats, because I know everyone loves stats about creativity, because this is the creative guy, right? Watch this. And Smith Rowe, for that matter, as well. I'll give you his as well, because they're both creative sparks.
Because you don't stop talking about him. You've obviously got a vendetta against him because you don't stop talking about him. Odegaard.
He's no. What I've got a vendetta against is people chatting bollocks. Is what I've got an agenda against. Let me finish. What I've got an agenda about and a vendetta about is people chatting absolute bollocks because it's fashionable. I'm not saying you do that, but people sitting there telling me all summer Martin Odegaard's the creative spark that we need. Really? Yeah. Cool. Well, this is Martin Odegaard's creativity at Arsenal since he's been at the football club, going back to the Brighton game from when he came in January to Brighton the other day, 2 assists, 1 league goal. This is league, by the way. 1 league goal. Oh, sorry, two league goals. 2 league goals, 2 assists, 690 passes, 1 big chance created, 1 big chance created, 151 forward passes, 196 backward passes, right? Then, through balls, 3. So, hang on, I'll come on to Smith Rowe in a sec. So, 3 through balls, 2 goals, 2 assists, and 1 big chance created. And we pay 30 million for that, right? Now, let's move on to, apparently...
I think 30 million's that good. You think
it's
30 million
rip off. The geezer's shit. Right? Hang on, wait. Now, let me go on to... Now let me go on to Smith Rowe. Let me go on to Smith Rowe. Let me go to Smith Rowe.
That's going to come back and haunt you, unfortunately, Lee Gunner. That's going to come back and haunt you. You know that, don't you?
It ain't. He's shit. I've said it for time.
Just like Tommy Yazoo.
What do you mean, just like Tommy Yazoo?
Well, that's what I'm saying. You said he was shit. Same as Ben Shite. Same as Ramsdale.
Ben Shite. I'm telling you now. I'm telling you now. Because I'm going to read Smith Rowe's stats out in a minute. I am telling you right now. Everyone comes on board 18 months later. I was right about this manager. I'm right about Ben White, and I'm right about Martin Odegaard. Martin Odegaard and Ben White in 18 months will be the next Ozil and Mustafi walking around the pitch causing fucking mayhem.
Let's go on 4 games. Let's go on 4 games.
Why are we going on 4 games? I don't deal in these little micro fucking managed fucking sections. I go on over the overhaul thing. He's shit.
I'm talking about the 4 games that they've played and they've come in straight away for our new players.
Okay, so what if Tommy Yasu gets injured on international duty then? And no, tell, wait, tell, because I'm late for my stream, yeah? Right? No, listen, let me ask you this, yeah? Oh, we've got a back 4. We've got a back. Okay, cool. So what if Gabriel gets injured and breaks his leg on international duty? Then what? We've got Pablo Marie there then, yeah? Hang on. Tommy Yasu. Oh, the right back. Oh, the Japanese Cafu. Yeah?
Yep.
I'm surprised AFTV ain't tweeted that out because they tweeted it about fucking Chambers. The English Cafu. Fucking turn it in, you melts. Yeah? So let's be real here, yeah? We'll be back to the English Cafu, if he gets injured, or Cedric. So let's not go overhype him because we know at some point these players are going to get injuries, mate.
Listen, I totally understand what you're saying there, right? I totally agree.
Imagine paying £80 million for Odegaard and fucking Ben White.
They've only played 4 games at the moment, these players, right? So that's why
Odegaard's played half a season last season.
I'm not talking about Odegaard. Hold up.
People tell me Arsenal don't spend.
Ramsdale, right?
We're the biggest spenders in Europe in the last 4 seasons, mate.
Ramsdale in his first 4 games. Ramsdale in his first 4 games. What would you say he's done? How would you say he's done? Ramsdale in his first 4 games.
I don't micro and snip it down to 4 games. Ask me at Christmas.
Well, what I'm saying to you is, you're making
Christmas.
your mind up there. You're making your mind up.
Christmas. Ask me at the end of the season. Because how do you lot do it and say, but they've only had 4 games, so let's see at the end of the season. Come back to me at the end of the season. I'll tell you what Ramsdale's performance is.
I'm asking you a question now, though. You've seen 4 games that they've been playing in. So what is your opinion on Ramsdale at the moment?
Is the flavour of the month. Is what I'm thinking.
With other teams and
no, cool. So let me answer that. Is flavour of the month because it's fashionable. It's come into the team because the other goalkeeper that we all knew was fucking shit, but most pretended was great and better than Martinez. Martinez is better than all of these keepers, by the way. Yeah, right. But because it was fashionable to back Leno, because it was Martinez and it was Arteta's man. He's picked him, another one of his squad that he picked, by the way. Yeah, I want to keep Martinez as number 1. Yeah, so it was an upturn because Petr Cech was so shit. This goalkeeper has come in and he looks amazing compared to the goalkeeper Leno, who has been fucking shit for months. So automatically, he's great. Yeah, come back to me at Christmas. Come back to me in May. Yeah, and I'll tell you what I'd give him. Tommy Yasu, I said, was my player of the month, and I was impressed with his first 3 games. I have never seen a right back get so fucking dominated in a game up against a fucking Gendouzi lookalike. Like. Yeah, come on. How many times is that geezer going to rip? Is that geezer going to rip Carl Walker a new one this season? Probably not.
You're going off topic again. All I wanted was I asked you about Ramsdale in his first 4 games. You're going on about Martinez in his first 4 games. What would you say about Ramsdale at the moment?
I just told you he's been decent, but it's easy. Ask me after 10, 15, 20 games. I don't judge after 4 games that he's going to be amazing. When I think he's shit, you ain't turning me around. Hang on.
Is that because you can't give a positive answer? You don't want to give a positive answer.
I've quite clearly sat on my channel, quite clearly on fan cams. And hang on, let me finish, I've quite clearly sat there and said he's been decent and been brilliant for the first 4 games. But guess what? Guess what? Stop talking a minute. Let me finish. Guess what? I've seen Mustafi go 20 fucking games unbeaten with Koscielny, and our fans were calling it Kostafi. Kostafi. Yeah, right, but guess what? You were probably one of the ones fucking with a Kostafi tattoo on your chest. We've got the title winning defense.
To be fair, he's recently had it removed.
It's now Arteta's the best looking Spaniard I know.
4 games. He's done all right at the moment. Yeah, he's done okay.
He's done all right. Yeah, well done to the fella. Guess what? Come back in 44 games and we'll see how good he actually is.
Right, Ben White.
Ben White, he's been fucking shit, mate. Nobody can tell me otherwise.
Right, okay, that's fine. That's not a problem. Tommy Yasu.
Yep, decent. Player of the month.
Player of the month. Gabriel since he's come back because he
No. Not Gabriel since he's come back. We signed Gabriel last summer, mate.
But this is his player. That's what I'm saying. This is the player that he wants to play all the time. And if
what about Rob Holding then? Should we go down the route of Rob Holding? Because he signed him to a new contract.
I'm asking you just a question.
You're asking me dumb questions, Tel.
At the moment. Don't worry about Rob Holding. Don't worry about Martinez.
When I was cussing this club,
Mafapanos and all these other players that keep going.
Now you see what I go through.
When I was cussing Rob Holding signing for this football club, when Rob Holding re-signed his contract and everyone was going, but it protects his value. Where
I
is
don't
he
care
then?
about Holding. Just like
Why
I
don't
don't
we
care
sell him
about
then?
Uzi that you go on about. Just like Mafroponis that you go on about. And
I
everybody.
don't go on about
Who cares
Mavropanos. I've said he's shit and he ain't good enough for Arsenal.
Well, yeah, I totally
Neither's
agree.
Eddie Nketiah. Yeah, neither's
And
Lacazette.
Martinez, you know,
Yeah, neither's
all
Granit
of
Xhaka.
these
Neither's Rob
that's
Holding.
all you keep going on about is all these other players that have left us and why
Hey,
they're
Tel,
still
can I ask you a
there.
question? Tel, let me ask you a
Who cares
question because I've
about
got to go, man. I'm 10 minutes late. Let me ask
Go
you a
on, mate.
question.
I need to go.
Is
I'm
yours
not sure.
gold?
Huh?
Do you say that all the time as well? Isn't it? Yeah, but did they go invincible? I'm guarantee you do, don't you? Exactly. Yeah. Let me ask you. Okay, let me ask you one more question before I bounce. Yeah, would you celebrate your 18th birthday every year for the next fucking 18 years after that?
Why would I do that?
Well, why does our fans and you, and I've seen you do it, say, yeah, but is yours gold? Because that was 18 years ago, mate. Same shit.
Yours gold.
100%. I'll find a clip of you doing it. He's been on a stream and I've done
No,
it.
you have
Yeah,
said
but did they
that,
go
mate.
invincible?
If I've said that, that's just on the one occasion or whatever. But what's the matter with that? Why can't you celebrate? That's what I'm saying.
I celebrated it 18 years ago, Terry. Let's celebrate something now. Let's win a title now.
If someone brings it up, it's like you've got to forget about the past then. Is that what you got to do then? Forget about the past.
Great comment from Jack Ramsey. Vieira's been there at Palace 7 games, already got a playing style. Graham Potter, by the way. Graham Potter has had 1 game more at Brighton than Arteta has at Arsenal, by the way. Yeah.
Right.
And he's fucking beaten us how many times?
So you're saying, he's
beaten Man City, he's beaten Liverpool, he's beaten Arsenal.
The way you're
I'll
talking
take
about
Graham Potter in a heartbeat.
You're saying
He's
that
quality.
Brighton's going to be above Arsenal this season.
No, but they got a better manager.
Have they got? If Arsenal finish above them, then how can they have a better manager?
Because they ain't got a fucking striker, mate.
Well,
They got Danny Welbeck and Neil Maupay up front. Would you swap them for Aubameyang and Laka?
So where are you saying that they're going to come then? So if they come like 16th or 17th or 15th, you're still saying that he's a better manager?
100% he's a better manager.
Okay, that's fine.
Let's on the league with Claudio Ranieri. Was he the best manager? Then
I take it then. Watford are going to win it next season because.
Okay, Tell. What are you basing best manager argument on? Terry, stop a minute. Stop. What are you basing best manager argument on? Like, what do you have to be the best manager? Like, or better than that person? What's the criteria? Is it trophies?
Well, it's trophies and what they've done for your club and everything like that.
Cool. So on that basis, then, Di Matteo is the greatest fucking manager of all time. Then, boom. Thank you and good night.
Well, this is another great argument I love because it's exactly what I bring it back to. So if
Thomas Tuchel done it, mate. So it's not a one-off, is it? Because Thomas Tuchel done it as well.
If Di Matteo went to Watford now, he would do the same thing in the year, would he?
Well, it's irrelevant. It's a different fucking team.
It ain't irrelevant because of the club that he went to. The club that he went to with all the players that he had there and the money.
Okay, the club that Thomas Tuchel went to was in 9th when he got there. He finished 4th, got to a cup final and won the Champions League. Now he's sat top of the table. Yeah,
because that
apparently it's a 4-year process.
Don't forget that argument was exactly the same with Maureen and with Carlo Ancelotti because apparently you three said that them two were going to do stuff with Everton.
Okay, so on the back of on the back of Ancelotti not doing anything with Everton. Hang on. On the back of Ancelotti not doing anything with Everton, he's now got the biggest job in world football at Real Madrid again. Yeah. Well, if he's that shit, why would Real Madrid win?
Why is that? Because Real Madrid are in fucking big trouble themselves, same as Barcelona.
What are you chatting about?
They're in massive trouble with money.
Real Madrid ain't in trouble.
What do you mean? Of course they are.
In what way?
They in debt and everything.
Every club's in debt. Inter Milan are in $500 million debt.
Well, they wanted to go with someone there back before who won it with them. That's why they've gone with him.
What are you chatting about?
What do you mean?
Barcelona, completely ruined. Yeah, Real Madrid are nowhere near tell.
Well, listen, why did they go back for Carlo Ancelotti? What did he do?
He's a fucking good manager.
Right, exactly. Let's see if he does it then. Let's see if he does it.
He's just broken a record out here, by the way. After 6 games, because we know that you lot like to take little micro sections of a season. After 6 games, 34 goals, mate. Yeah, 34 goals in 6 games. This Real Madrid team's balling out here, tell. So, but you can only rate them off what they've done this season, tell, after 6 games.
Exactly. You can only rate our players after 4 games when they're starting.
I'm going, lads. I'm playing. I've got to go, mate.
Don't worry about it.
I love you. We all meant to be on Lee stream in a minute.
Yeah, I know. I'm well late. I'm going for a piss.
Lee, when they do come on, I've literally got 5-10 minutes, mate.
No, that's cool. That's how I was going to do it anyway.
You used them up here.
Yeah, I know, mate. I know. I was only going to.
I was only coming on for 15 minutes. Do you know what I mean? I've been here an hour and a half.
Sorry, mate. You're not coming on again, are you, bro?
Fucking, he triggers me.
No,
I'll see you in a bit, lads. See you in a bit. Take care,
I'll
man.
go and recharge my batteries. See you later.
So that one, Ken. Diesel, I need to shoot for a minute, and then I think you're going on there for 10 minutes, aren't you?
Oh, Tell, I love you, man. God.
And actually, can I just quickly say before we go that a load of people have messaged me on Instagram, and literally, honestly, Diesel will tell you I haven't had 2 minutes for myself at the minute. I'm working night, day, and even Saturdays now at the moment, weekend. So at the moment, I can only try and get on when I can. I know Diesel's hard at work and all, and he has to go away to do work and all. At the moment, you know, we was doing ones nearly all the time, but work, unfortunately, life comes first, doesn't it, Diesel?
Yeah. Look, it's. I was going to touch on that a little bit earlier on when we was talking about Chig, because you know one of the things that Chig and I spoke about off, you know, once the stream was done was, you know, because obviously, if we're being honest, you know, you could do a stream one day, you can get 8,000-9,000 views. You do a stream 2-3 days later, it gets 1,000 views, and sometimes. Being quite new to it, you know what I mean? Sometimes it is a little bit disheartening, guys. I'm not going to lie. I've always, you know, been honest. And Chig was one of those who said, "No, listen, I enjoy what you guys do. You know, you think one thing, Terence thinks another. It's a good stream you got. It's you know, you're onto something. Keep on, keep doing it." And sometimes we haven't. We've not listened to that, and we haven't, because it is a bit disheartening if you see that you're losing subs, or you know, you're not getting anywhere near the amount of views that you used to get. And once you get a taste of those big ones, and then obviously you start getting a few little ones, so it's a big drop. And this takes a lot to do. I mean, you're talking every time I do a stream, I'm going 2-3 hours.
Yeah,
that's 2-3 hours that I don't get to spend with my little boy. Do you know what I mean? So, like, you know, for me, it is a lot to do. But then saying that, Chig was the one who said, "No, stick at it." What Claude would have wanted, you know, whether you believe it or not, you have got something good here. And do you know what I'm saying? So if you go down fighting, man. Go down swinging. You know, so, but yeah, look, you know, we do need to, we say this all the time, and we don't, but we have to. It's as simple as that, because I've really enjoyed it tonight. I'm not going to lie. You know, obviously the Arsenal stuff and that, but yeah, that's one thing. So obviously you kind of owe it to Chig, really, man. That's how I look at it anyway, because he was a big supporter of this. Always come on, Chig. Always, he liked coming on. You know, he always watched us. He didn't always comment in the chat, but he always spoke to me after. When I just watched your stream. Do you know what I mean? So, no, I had a lot of time for him, and he had a lot of time for us, and he helped us.
Yeah, no, he was.
I'll never forget that. Never forget that.
He was fantastic, and like I said at the beginning of the stream, he, you know, no matter what side he was on, he'd always listen to you. And always understand where you're coming from, even if he didn't agree with it. He'll understand where you're coming from and sort of say, like you were saying earlier on, Diesel, you know what I mean? That, I didn't really see that side of it, or I understand, you know what I mean? Yeah, we're looking at that, blah, blah. And it worked both ways. We didn't see like another side of it sometimes, and the way he explained things was brilliant. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, it's just so fucking sad, mate. So fucking sad. Another one of the YouTube massive people gain these wins, unfortunately. You've got a lot of people up there now, haven't you? Every D, Claude, obviously Chig now. I mean, they're probably all dancing, hopefully, up in the older Evans pins there, having a few beers, having a laugh. Obviously, wish they was down here still. I know that, but unfortunately, these things happen, and it's just terrible, mate. But it just shows you that you just got to enjoy life. And you've got to enjoy every fucking minute while you're down here, because you don't know how long you got, mate.
We say that when someone passes, and yet a couple of days later we tend to forget it and we just go about our lives. Rightly or wrongly, that's what we do as human beings, right? We all do that, but we have to. It's like you're right. We have to. You know, something happens or whatever, something that annoys you at work or whatever, and you're so focused on that. And sometimes we forget, actually, God, there's always someone worse off around the corner, man. Do you know what I mean? I'm lucky I've got a job. I'm lucky I've got a roof over my head. You know, you got to look at these. You know, I've got, beautiful kids. You got a wife. Whatever it is, you got to start. We don't do that often enough, Tel. We don't look at the positives. Yeah. We focus on the negatives. Claude was one of them. You know, loved him to bits. Out of 100 comments, 99 of them, Claude, you're a legend. You're a G. You're this. That one comment, he would focus too much on that. But he wasn't the only one. We all do that. So it's like you say, we just got to be, you know what I mean?
Just pick up on that, Diesel. Sorry, mate, because I'm probably one of only of a few that don't let it affect them, and you know that, like that one comment. It just really, to me personally, it just really doesn't bother me. I know that there's a big world out there, and not everybody is going to like me. You know what I mean? I understand that. As long as we can be respectful, as long as we haven't got to have any fucking, silly little beef, because at the end of the day, you can't take it with you. Do you know what I mean? Once you're dead, you're dead. It means nothing. And let's be honest, you know what I mean? Once you've had this bit of beef or whatever, 10 minutes later, you think, what the fuck was that about? That was so silly or whatever. Do you know what I mean? So that's why on you, we've not got any fucking beef really with anyone. Do you know what I mean? It's just, there's no point in this YouTube world. There's a lot of fucking clickiness that goes on. Let's be honest, Diesel. That's why we keep ourselves to ourselves, really. Do you know what I mean, mate? Because it's such a clicky world in this YouTube business. At the end of the day, look, I've got different opinion to a lot of people, but it doesn't mean that I don't fucking like them because I've got a different opinion. It's just an opinion. That's all it is at the end of the day. We've all got different ideas, all different opinion, because if we didn't, we'd be robots, mate, and it'd be a sad world.
Yeah, I'm slightly different to that, but yeah, I know what you. In terms, I know what you're saying. I think that's where because there are certain things that are said and whatever that I just can't let go. Especially like when it comes to Claude and certain people I thought were right, and it turns out they're absolute wrong. And so I'm not one to think, it's been a year. Let's make bygones. But no, I'm not one to know. As soon as I see something fuckery, then for me, that stays with me. That stays with me. I can't help that, because you don't treat people like that, especially against this old man like that. I'm sorry, you don't. Jack Ramsdale, I've got to read this out because it's going to go any second now. Thank you very much. And listen, I'm sorry to all the guys who have sent us super chats. With the guys on here, I couldn't get a word to do this. I'm so sorry. I've not even had a chance to eat my popcorn. Olise, who Palace signed from Reading, 19 years old, 8.5 million, already scored and created more than Odegaard. Eze, 19.5 million, both cheaper than Odegaard. And Eze, I think they got, was it Brentford? I think Palace got him from.
To be honest, I haven't even heard of Eze this season.
No, it's good. Is
he injured? Is he injured? Or has he played? I don't know.
Very good player.
Yeah, I liked him last season. He was a good player.
And Stephen Featley, I know you think I forgot about you, Steve. Of course I didn't, Stelios. Diesel said already, when was in hospital, did any Arteta in fan want to swap with me whilst I was in hospital? As they obviously need more help than I do. I'm sending Terence down here in the morning, Steve. Thank you very much. And so, Steve, I know you put a couple of super chats in earlier on, mate. I'm so sorry. Thank you. Really appreciate that. As we said earlier on, we're going to be putting this towards Chig's GoFundMe page as well. So,
just wanted to read that out.
Sorry, hang on. Do it again.
That one.
Respect to you, Terry, for saying that. I was abusive in the chat. My apologies to you. Now, listen, this is Jez Collins, right? Jez, who's on Real Talk with Lee. Jez, if you're still watching, I love you. I'm telling you, I'd love to get you on here sometime, man. He's an old school gunner. Yeah, he's been going. I know he went to the Brighton game the other day. I love listening to you, Jez. I think you're absolutely brilliant because, like us, whether Terry and I agree or not, but he says what he believes and what he sticks to, and obviously same with me. And I know you're exactly like that yourself, Jez. So yeah, listen, mate, keep doing what you're doing. I love watching you on there. Always speak sense, mate. And your comment about the windmill, I'll say I thought that was class.
Yes, honestly, mate, no grudges held, mate. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, that's what I mean. It's all passion and everything gets said sometimes and things like that. But listen, mate, you know what I mean? It's all good. So thanks for saying that, mate. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
listen, Dave, I'm going to shoot off, mate.
Yeah, no worries, mate. Go on.
Listen, everyone, like I said, thank you very much for sticking with us. I know that we haven't been doing a lot at the moment, but like I said, life, unfortunately, and work takes over sometimes. You know, working night and day, and then obviously I've still got a family and things like that to sort out first. And But hopefully, in the next couple of weeks, I've changed routes now overnight, so I am getting home earlier. So hopefully, it will swing them roundabouts now, and I'll be able to start doing a lot more in the next couple of weeks. So just thank you very much. And if I haven't got back to you yet on Twitter or Instagram, please don't think I'm ignoring you in any way. I just literally can't. I just can't drive and text at the same time. Otherwise, you know what I mean, I'll be banned and I won't be able to drive again. So there you go. But listen, thanks a lot, everyone. Really appreciate it. And I'll speak to you all soon. Yeah, see you soon. Diesel, speak to you later on, mate.
Later on, man. All right,
Thanks,
later on. All right, mate. We have Accrington Stanley in the chat. Not only would I take beef to the grave, I'm even going to come back and haunt them. Do you know what? Now that we're on our own, right? I didn't really want to say this when the guys were on, because sometimes, you know, one of you like says something, and obviously everyone else judges, you know, puts you all in the same boat. Yeah. This isn't the stream for it, so I'm not going to go too all in. But there was a time where Chig got a lot of abuse, yeah, and you know who you are, you like wrong uns out there. I haven't forgotten, and going forward in the future, that will come out, and you know it will come out, yeah. Certain channels, yeah, taking the piss out of him or whatever. Yeah, knowing that all these little dickhead young scumbag kids, these impressionable little virgins or whatever, are going to watch you taking everything that you say, and then they're going to go and target Chig on Twitter or on Insta or whatever it is, yeah? Yeah, the same people, by the way, who are in their streams today and yesterday. Oh, yeah, rest in peace to Chig. No, listen, you bang on about mental health. You bang on about this. You do streams on mental health and people's well-being and stuff like that, no, right? And yet you abuse people like Claude, you abuse people like Chig, and you know what? It's coming back. You know, truth always comes out in the end. The truth always, comes out in the end. And the thing is, people like that, channels like that, we all know who they are. I don't even have to name them. Yeah, I will never ever. This is where I'm slightly different to Terry. Yeah, because I will never ever forget certain things that I've heard and seen. Yeah, by certain people. Yeah, I won't. I'm not one of them. I'm not one of them to think, oh, give it a year, forgive and forget. No. One chance, you're gone. Yeah, it's as simple as that. That is what I am like with my friends. That's what my friends are like with me. And that's how people should be in life. Yeah, because manners don't cost anything. Manners cost nothing. Yeah, right? Claude, we all know how these demons, right? Miss Claude to this day, almost 6 months to the day he passed. But Claude was harmless. Yeah, but Claude had a heart of gold. Amount of times I saw that man get trampled over and used and abused. Yeah, if you needed something from him tomorrow, he'd be there. Yeah, when I see about certain people who get attacked at games, away games or whatever, yeah, and all the regulars, nowhere to be seen. All the ones who talk big and talk mouthy on, on a certain channel on the fan cams. Big this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm that. First sign of trouble, they hide. Yeah. One man who stood toe to toe and stood there, Claude. But no one mentions that. No one mentions it. Claude ain't no fighter. Yeah? But he stayed. He had your back. But no one mentions that, do they? Nah. I'll say no more. But you know what? Guys, listen, as you know, on this channel, we only speak facts. We only speak the truth. And it's what you want, really, isn't it? If you want people who speak truth, and then obviously, by all means, watch us. If you're one of those kids who are just impressionable and just believe everything that you see and read, then don't watch us, man. Watch someone else, because honestly, it just winds me up. I can't help it. It just winds me up. Yeah, we all know they are. Chris Davidson, come on, Chris. You know what? Do you know what I mean? I mean, like you mention them all the time. I won't let that go. I won't let that go. As you know, we love Claude to bits. I will not let that go. I won't. A lot of people will. I won't. People can say I hold grudges. People can say this. And it's been long enough days. Or leave it. No. Sorry. No. Wrong-uns are wrong-uns. It's as simple as that. And if you are wrong-un, the chances are you're always going to be one. It's as simple as that, yeah? Look after your people. Look after your friends. If you say you're going to do something, do it. Yeah? Now, you see this thing with Chig now, with his GoFundMe page, yeah? Not many big accounts. have helped out with that, but they didn't need to, and that's the beauty of it. Yeah, Chig didn't have what I would call a massive channel, but he didn't need to. He was a nice bloke. Sometimes being nice is enough. You know, Chig doesn't have to. He didn't have to come on his Gooner Eagle Eye or on Lee Gunners or on here when he comes on here. He didn't have to come on here and rant and rave, as they say. Controversy sells. Yeah, I'm guilty of it. I do it. I rant. I rave. Yeah, I'm a passionate man. Yeah, Chig weren't like that. Yeah, Chig could diffuse a situation by talking, not shouting, talking, having an intelligent conversation. That's the one thing about Chig. Very intelligent. Anyone will know this, yeah? Anyone who watched him, that was Chig, yeah? How many of you guys have said, he had the sexiest voice on YouTube? Do you know what I'm saying? Could talk, smooth, silk, intelligent. Didn't have to shout, rant and rave. Got his message across without saying all of this. Weren't one of them blood fam, yeah, oh yeah, in it, all that crap. No, right? Could talk normally, decent, yeah? And I'll tell you something, what a miss he's going to be. He's going to be an absolute loss. I'll tell you that now for nothing. There's some of these channels I'm seeing where they're saying it because they have to, but they're quickly rushing it off. Rest in peace to Chig. Anyway, so Arsenal. No. Doing it because you have to. You were part of the problem because that man got a lot of abuse, name calling, this, that, the other. And now you want to say, rest in peace, I didn't know him, but he seemed like a nice bloke. Yeah, the same lot you were who were abusing him. Yeah, I ain't forgotten that. Yeah, so you'll get yours because what goes around comes around. And that is a very, very true saying. Let me tell you that now. That is a very true saying. Next month, next year, 5 years, 10 years, whenever, it will come round because it always does. That's life. But you know what? 189 people watching. Thank you very much. I'm going to go now. I've had nothing to eat and I'm absolutely starving. And it's not steak. I can assure you it's going to be chicken tonight, yeah? I like to mix it up every now and again, but I'm still a protein man. Boom. Guys, once again, as super chats, I'm so sorry I didn't get to read all of them out. We normally do, guys. Come on, we're very good at things like that. But yeah, I didn't really want to interrupt the flow of the channel. Because we all saw Terence get buried tonight, and as I call him, Mr. Riddler, talks in riddles, and even you lose where you are. And so it was nice for me for once just to sit back and let someone else bury him, because as we all know, it's always me. Never knew Chig or had any interactions with him. Stanley, listen, he was a lovely bloke, mate. Had time for everyone. Big up to Stel as well, because I used to love them streams. Stel, if you're watching, mate, you're welcome on here anytime. Love to get you on. You're a Man United fan, but, someone's got to support him, I guess. I'll let that go. But all joking aside, I used to love your streams with Chig. And the same with Robbie Richmond as well. That's how far back I'm going. I used to love those streams. And my favourite stream of Chig's was the one where he spoke about Black Lives Matter. It wasn't even a football stream. It's the one he done around Black Lives Matter, with George Floyd. It was that stream. That was my favourite stream because I thought the way he delivered it, the way he spoke on it, didn't get angry, didn't get abusive or anything like that. Spoke sense. Chig always brought balance. And yeah, I've got to say, Kenny talks about his body of work and he's right. I thought Chig should have had a hell of a lot more subs than what he currently had. He had 3 YouTube channels. My favourite person was Chig Flicks. I used to love that. He didn't do anywhere near enough on that, and he should have. But listen, for me, the man was a talent, and he could have gone far. And as we say, 36, man, it's no age, is it? It's no age. Jez, Diesel, give me a shout sometime. Yeah, Jez, listen, mate, I'd love you to come on, brother. I could listen to you all day, man. I think you're class. Listen, real one spots a real one, Jez, yeah? You know that saying, all right? But yeah, no, listen, guys, thank you very much. Listen, it's been a while. We thought you might have forgotten about us. Clearly you haven't, because obviously the numbers tell me that you are here. So thank you very much, King Tone. And do you know what? I didn't shout out, did I? Let me do that now. I'm going to start from the top. as high as it lets me. Caps, Mark Way, Tony Blackwell, JK, Warren's Team Talk, Joanne Smith, Static, Alexander Gomez. Alexander, thank you very much. Called you diesel when Chig's demise broke. Mate, sorry, my phone's a bit funny at the moment. I'm trying to get a new one. Alexander, thank you very much for the super chat, mate. And I shall give you a bell back, I promise you. Thank you, mate. Cliff, although you lot never read or pull up my super chats, great show today. Rest in peace, Chig. Evan has gained a wonderful person. Cliff, I'm so sorry, man. We normally do, Cliff. You know, come on, you know us. We normally do. Very hard today, man, because I could not get a word in. But it was funny. It was funny. It was just, you know, Terence is such a comedian. I thought Mickey Flanagan was funny, but he's got nothing on Terence. Cliff, thank you very much, mate. Once again, Joanne Smith, I'm going to shout you out twice because you know I love you and you are female, so it would be wrong not to. Chris Davidson, come on. Jimmy D, Stephen Featley, can people please subscribe to Stephen Featley TV? Just type his name in YouTube. Good guy. And yeah, he's another one who deserves more subs. So please subscribe to him. We've got Danny as well, Omar, Jimmy D, I think I've said that. Slim Guna, big up yourself, mate. Perna Gurung, Ackenington Stanley, Stan the Man 68, big up yourself, Stan. We've got Mike England, Craig Malloy, big up yourself, Craig. To be, Tyab Khan, Jez Collins, the legend Jez. Love you, Jez. And who else we got? I think that's about it. Michelle Swartz. Will M. Hooper, hope you're well, mate. Jonathan SC, we got Steve RFC7. I think that is about it. I think is it Nino 1983. Come on, Nino, big up yourself, mate. Josie, oh, okay. Oh, ears always prick up when I see females in the chat. LK33, lovely. That'd be good, mate. OB Nation. Unai Emery. Unai's here. He loves it. He loves our channel, Unai. Loves it. Messages me all the time. Always mugging off Arteta. I love it. King Tony, big up yourself. Big up Diesel. Shame we've lost another legend after Claude Brav. Shame he had that abuse. He never did. Do you know what? He never, mate. I've seen comments right on Twitter where even when Chig got abused, I used to love the comeback because he didn't have to rant and rave. This is what I loved about Chig, right? He could mug you off just by intellect. Do you know what I'm saying? So like you'd have someone message him saying, "Oh, like you this, you that, you're this, you're that," and then Chig would respond to him in such an intelligent way. He used to mug him off without even having to swear or rant or rave or this or that or name call. I'm telling you, people. Listen, he was a very intelligent bloke, man. Like people don't get that twisted. He was very intelligent. Right? Chig weren't no dickhead. He weren't no dickhead. And I'll tell you something. It's a big loss. I used to love having Chig on here, guys. You guys know this. I always used to boost Chig up. I used to big up Chig Flicks, Combat Show, Gunnar Eagle Eye. I'm telling you, he had a lot to give, man. And it's such a it's a loss. It's a loss. That's all I will say. But yeah, listen, I'm going to go. So Smite Kurz as well. Hello, Smite. Hope you're good, mate. Hope you're good. Guys, listen, 158 people watching. Please, I know I say this all the time, but please smash the likes. Please, just do this one thing for us, for me. Even if you don't like it, smash the dislike. Just smash one of them. So you've got a choice. Multiple, innit? Come on. Listen, we're going to be back. I'm going to try and... what's today? What's tomorrow? Oh, Thursday. I will probably do on Thursday. For all the guys, seeing as there's quite a lot of you, we're going back to the member streams as well because I want to get your take on recent events at this club. I don't know how to set it up, so I'm going to have to ask Terence if he can do it for me. But I'm looking to do a member stream possibly Friday. So keep your notifications on. Go to the community tab because we haven't done one in ages. And personally, I miss them and I love them, but I just don't have to set them up. So Terence will have to do that for me. All right. So yeah, please. I think Lee's on now. So yeah, head over to Lee Gunner, LG as I call him. And thanks for watching. Yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for all the comments. Thanks for all the respect to Chig as well. Big up to Chig and his family. Rest in peace to Chig. Absolute legend. Really nice bloke. Top man. And thank you for everyone who's helped out with the, the GoFund, whether you've donated money or whether you've liked and retweeted it and shared it on all your platforms. Believe that makes such a big difference. You have no idea, and that's helping. Something like this, we come together, man. Come on, we need to come correct, yeah? Come correct. Simple as that. But for now, love yous. Later on, rest in peace to Chig. Love you, man. Enjoy your beer with Claude up there. I'll take her out. Bye-bye.